It is Tuesday night. Welcome all, welcome to the Nerdz. We're here for episode 3 of The Hunger. Tonight we have our good man, Mr. Mike, playing Korvahn. We have Ron playing Leoric. We have Song playing Cobbler. We have Salty playing Nat, and the almighty Bo playing Lorne. Few announcements before we get started. We got Everlorn this Thursday. Mike?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm actually going to be on vacation, so Kyle, the guy who plays Bigley in our campaign, is going to run a one-shot for everybody. That should be it. So it'll be an Everlorn story, but it won't be part of our main game. It's sort of a tie-in one-shot.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. And they're playing different characters? They're not playing their characters they already are?
They're playing all different characters. It's all going to tie into the main story eventually, but this is a standalone adventure set in our world. So, yeah, it's going to be cool.
And to parallel what you're saying, that gentleman that's running that one shot, Kyle, he's a good dude. He's got juice. He's got juice, man. He's got it.
He's got the gift. Yep. He's got the gift. Another announcement to make, whether I'm not sure if it came up on Everton Lawn last week, but our merch shop is back open. We have changed our supplier. We are now going with Fourth Wall. Very good company by the looks of it. Already items that have been ordered already are on delivery. So if you're interested, please check out the links below or in the Discord. Go to merch store and see what's there. We got some Gwendir socks. We got t-shirts. We got jumpers. All nerds. Memorabilia there and all nonsense that we do. If you get any ideas, go into the Discord and drop some ideas and suggestion, and I'm sure Roxy will happily come up with some designs. But right, back to tonight. Tonight we are in The Hunger, episode 3. The party found themselves trapped in the lair of Gwendir, an eerie and malevolent hag who offered them a terrible bargain. Bring her a child from the free folk village, or suffer the consequences. Bound by desperation and fear, they weighed their options, torn between survival and morality. As tensions rose, Gwendir grinned and reminded each of them cryptically of the ghosts that haunted their pasts. With little choice, they accepted the deal, leaving the twisted hag's cottage behind. She gave them 7 days to bring them a daughter. Their journey led them forward towards the village of free folk. There, they traded labor for a place to sleep and traded with the local herbalist for goods. That night, a great storm came, which meant no sleep for anybody. The leaking roof kept many awake, even them that meditated. Sweeping the town, they realized that to take a child from this village would prove a huge task and decided to move on to the next nearest town. They were pointed in the direction of Tralask, a much bigger city that would sure have an orphan or two they could persuade. On the road, they hunted and foraged, but the storm had brought with it a sticky road, meaning the companions would have to camp overnight. The next morning, they set out again. When they got within around a kilometer from Tralask, they were approached by a group of dwarves and elves, wielding the banners of the Dreslin. Lorne struck the first blow, without even speaking a word, jabbing them with a broken arrow in the shaft of the neck, and one of the dwarves. The battle continued, and when all hope seemed to be lost, when 2 of the party were injured and unconscious, the 3 remaining fought back bravely with some fluky ass rolls. When the dust settled. You bastards. When the dust settled, they stood atop a hill, gazing down on Tralask. Their next destination, a town of opportunity, of deception, of blood. Their decision lay ahead. Would they fulfill Gwendir's demand, or find another path? The clock was ticking, with 5 days left. Right, you find yourselves on the hill looking over Tralask. Around you are the now looted bodies of the chained elves, the dwarves that you attacked. You've picked up their gear. Many of you now have shields, crossbows. Lorne has a broken arm from his injuries, and Cobbler has his concussion. What do you want to do?
I want to ask the DM an above table question. I had to leave early, so I wasn't here for the ending of the session. Was my arm, am I conscious? Was my arm set, or even splinted, or slung, put in a sling, or anything?
So Cobbler examined you, but I think he set your arm back in position, but it is still broken. You were semi-conscious on the floor.
Okay. All right, I'll start this out. Lorne gets himself up from the sitting position, stares into the horizon line and sees the birds flying. Excuse me. Sees the walled city or town, I should say, village or whatnot. I look to the party and I say, Cobbler, thank you. I will not be a liability again. In a very stoic just tone. I also, whenever I say that, I try to make eye contact with you. Now, mind you, I have a golden amber colored eye with black pupils. I see value in you that isn't just a perceived value. If you allow me to bear that shield, I'll protect you. I'll put me between you and any kind of danger. To this dwarf, I swear.
Are you going sweet on me?
Right. I stare at you like I don't understand.
It's fine. My head's ringing. Appreciated, but if you did that, then I wouldn't be pulling my own weight now, would I? So let's all just keep each other alive. And we'll worry about who gets the credit for what and the blame for what else if we actually get out of this with our skins intact, yeah?
I disagree, and this is why.
Yeah.
You have more value than I do.
Right.
And I accept that. You keep us alive, we keep you alive. Give me that shield. I'll give up my life to keep you alive if I need to.
See, you do go about like that, then you're going to get me killed because I'm going to have to charge in there without anything to protect me to try and get your ass back up out from under whoever just yeah. So, don't worry about it. I appreciate you. But if you're focused on that, then you're not focused on the task at hand, which is getting through whatever we encounter and then being able to celebrate around the fire. Okay? I'm not sure where this is coming from. I'm guessing you've had some past experience or some training that's told you that you're supposed to think this way or be that way, but the way I've lived my life and the way I've been taught and brought up, that's not how you treat friends or companions. And if I took you up on that, I wouldn't be being true to myself, let alone to you. All right?
I've asked twice. I will not ask a third time. And I stare off, following the birds, and you can hear my stomach growling.
All right. So I will take the shield off and pass it over to him because I have a feeling this is about to turn into like sort of fight for honor or something, or he's going to commit seppuku on me or something. All right, fine. As long as you make sure to extend that to others too, because frankly, the berries have been keeping us alive. The spells y'all have been wielding to get through combat have been doing just as well as my ability to set broken arms. So
I turn around and I look at the crew. Agreed. I extend my vow to each and every one of you until we get out from under this hag's thumb. Agreed? I don't want anyone questioning who I am.
All right, I'll just walk over and kind of pat you on the shoulder, and then
My arm's broken.
I want to bend down and pick up a couple of the arrows that are probably still in the bodies. I'm assuming they're probably not usable.
Yeah, roll a d4 for me.
Okay. That's gonna be a 1.
You find yourself 1 arrow.
Okay. Well, I was looking for. I'm gonna hand them to Cobbler and be like, probably should make him a splint.
Well, if he puts this shield on, we can just tighten the straps down and put one of those down through the whole thing, and that should help stabilize it. As long as he doesn't take any massive blows to the shield, it'll act just as well. The shield will pull down and almost act like traction on it, so that'll hold it in place.
Strap my arm to my chest and then strap the shield to it if you need.
I'll start with tightening the straps on the shield, and you let me know if it's pulling too hard on it, and then we'll strap it to you so you don't have to worry. But
done. So I give you a curt nod. Now,
all right.
Now, if anybody wants it, I do have this short bow. It's still in good condition. I'm not going to be using it anytime soon. My last arrow went into the back of the head of that thing. And I point to that elf, I think it was.
Yes, it was.
So if somebody wants this bow.
It's fine.
No.
I'd say just strap it on, keep it. If somebody breaks theirs, you can give it to them, or you can always whap somebody with it like a stick.
That's true.
Anybody else? Oh, sorry. Anybody else needing my attention before we get on the road?
I think I'm fine.
Fine.
Would you be better
I'm
off
okay.
with the shield, Cobbler?
Either that, I mean, that's the thing, is if I've got to run in and get somebody out from under problem, then it wouldn't hurt. And if y'all are going to be using magics and arrows and stuff like that, I'd just soon have something defensive.
Okay.
If you don't...
Take mine then.
Alright.
You can probably use it more than I can.
Look, right now we're in the middle of community property. This isn't like an heirloom or anything.
Right.
Appreciate it, though.
DM, what time of day is it?
It's probably about 10 a.m. You set off from your camp. You started walking. You were about 2 kilometers from Tralask, and midway into your journey, you were approached by the Dreslin militia.
We were on the kind of I don't want to say main road, but some kind of a path when we came across the dwarves.
Absolutely. It was an old sort of trackway, the main merchant road between Free Folk and Tralask, but Free Folk being quite a new city, it was just a mud road. That's why it was such a state after the storm.
I would like to... Go ahead.
I was just going to sit around to the party, and most of my talking to the group is from a distance, and I'll just say, maybe if this is looks like it's a well-traveled road, if we don't know how long our task is going to take, we might be there multiple days to not set off any potential alarms from merchants just strolling along. Should we maybe hide or bury these bodies?
I don't have a shovel.
We can drag them under some brush at least.
Yeah.
Find a fallen log. That also brings up a good point, though, DM. Do either the shields or the armor have any markings or sigils on them?
So the chain armor does not, but the shields have the Dreslin brand on the front, signet.
That checks out. Glad I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that was on my mind also. as Lorne is making his way back over to get his shirt that he took off before he started this whole thing, I get my tunic, rough spun as it is, and I take it over to the group. Will these serve better as rags? Can we tear this up?
I've no use for him. I mean, if your arm is already set, Cobbler, I don't know if you've got a better use for him.
I mean, if you're not going to wear it and it's not really all that great for a garment, we can boil it. And I can try to make like eyes, quick bandages out of it. But
Done.
you will. Fair. All right. Fine. Just hang on to it the next time we make camp, or if we get a room in an inn somewhere where I can set a pot over a fire, then I can boil it and get it to where it's at least clean enough. And assuming it doesn't turn into soup, then we'll have them.
Understood.
I think we need to figure out how we're going to walk into this place next. We have a human and a dwarf. That gives us a little bit more insurance. As much as I hate to say it, but what do we know about this town?
Leoric kind of starts to speak up, and when he does so, he is scared, nearly pissing in his pants. He's turned pale. He's starting to stutter. It's obviously he's scared to say what he's about to say, but he knows it needs to be said. And when Korvahn mentioned, what are we going to do about this? Or we don't know anything about this place. And I said, you're right. We don't. What we do know is there were dwarves taking elven slaves into town. So that seems to me that we are. And when he's doing this, like I said, he's already has a kind of a one-way relationship with Korvahn. He just saw Lorne go all kamikaze and Tasmanian devil on the dwarves. So, and then he sees Nahta'nos. He's there 1 minute, then he's over there another minute killing a dwarf. And so he knows that these guys, the elves of the group, can kill him in a single heartbeat if they want to, and he's scared to death to say the wrong thing, but he needs to say something, right? And so that's what's going through his mind, and he's scared to say this, but he got to put this. All right, so we can assume that this is probably a slaver's town. It's not freefolk. Maybe it's not a good idea. There's only one way to take, and he's doing most of his talking to Nahta'nos, because at least Nahta'nos has shown the least amount of fearful presence, and so he's kind of, but he's addressing all of them. Maybe the elves should. The only way to take the elves in is to act like slaves, and then I kind of turn around to Korvahn after the last experience we have, and I said, I will never play that role. I don't think I can successfully play that role. It's something inside me is telling me that is wrong, and I can't do it. I don't think I'll be able to even fake it, pull it off. I'm not that good of an actor. And I was thinking, maybe the elves should camp out here in the forest. After the cold ball, me and Cobbler go in alone. We will at least be accepted. If you else go in, that's most likely going to start a fight. We can't even get in through the first gate. If me and Cobbler go in alone, maybe we go in and find the child. Now, it's quite potential that we would set off some alarms or get in fights or whatever. And let's pick one gate. Maybe there's multiple gates in this town. You guys stay, like I said, nearby in the forest, watching that gate. If me and Cobbler go into town alone to find a challenge, we might be there a day or two, so that's okay. But there's also the potential that we're running for our lives, screaming bloody hell, because we're heading towards the gate that we are planning right now to go into. And therefore, either we are going to be successful and just we'll stroll on by, we know where you guys are, we go on our way. Or like I said, if the shit hits the fan and we have to fight and kite our way out of town or just run out of town, we'll be running to you. But you'll know well in advance. You'll hear me screaming. But I don't think it's a good idea for the three of you to go in town. It's like it's almost for sure going to be fight because somebody's going to do something. Some guard is going to say something. Some slave lord's going to say something. And we just saw what Lorne's going to do when the first time he hears something like that.
And what's to stop you from just sending them out here after the three of us while we sit and hope that you're going to come back? She only needs one of you to bring a child back to her. And you want me to believe, even after everything that's already happened, that you're not going to sell us up the river?
And something tells me that I know they don't know it, so I turn to Cobbler. And I believe, and that's a good point there, Korvahn. You are correct. You have no way to trust me, and it's obviously I've not earned it. But I believe somebody's telling me that dwarves are men of honor. And I turn to Cobbler. And would you accept his word of honor?
Well, considering that he seems to be the exception, his kind generally are the ones selling kind to your kind.
I
don't know that I could give anyone a pass at that.
Like, I'm pretty sure that Lorne raises his little pencil-thin eyebrow at Nahta'nos and doesn't say anything. He's like, the dwarf has honor. And I'm like, mm-hmm. I look over to him and look back and just like, I'll hear you out.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that I haven't stabbed you already when you started speaking and suggesting something like this. So don't think your efforts have gone unnoticed, but that's not a plan I think the other two can get behind.
I think it comes from a good place, but I don't think it's a fully thought out situation, and I totally get. I mean, I feel like you've come far enough along that you trust we're going to act in our own best interest. So if we're in a group and we're attacked as a group, we're going to help fight for the group. But if we're separated and something comes up and it comes down to we got to do something to save our own asses, we're going to do it at the expense of. And I get where that comes from too, so.
And Leoric, if it helps calm you, I'll bite my tongue instead of theirs next time. Yes?
Look, I was ready to jump in and do it. I was just going to try to bide enough time to get us a little closer so we could have gotten in a quick ambush instead of having to charge across the open at them like we did. That was my only take on that one. But we hadn't talked about it. We hadn't figured that out. That's on us.
Things escalated quickly.
Which is why I said we need to come up with a plan
right
to get in here so that we don't do it a second time in a city full of enemies.
Right, and I don't, I I love the confidence, but I don't personally have the confidence that the two of us can pull off something like that. Just and hope we can run fast enough to outrun everybody.
I tell you
to
what,
get back.
looks like a big tower right there, by where all those birds are flying. I wonder if it has a bell in there. Can our elven eyes? Oh wait, I can't see very far because I see 2 towers over there and 2 walls.
No, not 2 towers.
Roll me a perception check.
At disadvantage, I will give you a perception.
Perception's not disadvantage for you.
Oh, I thought it was.
Nope. Oh, you do have blurry vision. Yes, you're correct.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I was. I'm all right, buddy. It's all good. Let me get there. Oh, it didn't have the. There we go. Perception disadvantage.
7.
So both of those towers over there very well might have bells in them.
You can see from the distance these are that you can see windows on either side. So you'd imagine there would be a bell inside. It looks like a clock tower. It looks like a bell tower. But you can't see a bell.
Fair enough. Why don't we assume there's a bell in one of those towers, and we give you 2 bells? The dwarf and the human go in and offer to buy a child slave. Race or species is irrelevant. 2 bells. Go in and do it if you can. If not, come back out here and we will reassess what we need to do.
So, I think we're jumping ahead of what our proposed action is in general. My thinking and the whole reason we were coming here instead of doing it in the small village, everybody knows everybody, therefore they're all a little more tight-knit, is the bigger the town, the more poor people you've got. And you're going to have kids running wild in the streets. So if we go to the outskirts closer to the walls and not where the rich folk live, which is usually where the towers are, we try to find some kids that are just running wild in the streets and offer one of them a chance to go live in a house with an old lady. Make no illusion, she might be a witch, but at the same time she might teach you how to be a witch. And then they come along with us willingly, and they maybe get a better lot in life than end up whoring by the time they're tall enough to. That was my thought. And in that case, we should all be able to go and do it, because the lower quality of the housing and the people, the less likely they are to worry about who we are and outfits.
Fine.
What happens if we run into guards at the city gate?
Well,
What if they're checking people?
I would love to hear if you've got suggestions, because you've clearly had to travel at least some in these kind of things to see that. I've got an idea, but it's not a great one, and I think you're gonna punch me in the nose if I say it.
Does it have to do with putting those chains around our necks and taking us into that walled city?
Well, it doesn't have to do with me putting them on you. But the wearing of them, I think, is probably right. Only if you can look at it in the abstract and not in the fact that you're admitting to something or acting in a way that's contrary.
Sadly, I already had that thought. I was trying to find a way around it, frankly.
Yep.
You know, unless we've got a cartload of potatoes you can hide underneath. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know. If this is a slave town like we're assuming, they're not going to... It doesn't matter if it's the tavern, an inn, or some street market vendor. They see elves. I can only imagine the worst that happens.
Well, ideally we just need to get into the poorest part of the city.
But that would seem like the same way for the poor to maybe rat you out to try to get some money.
There's nothing that's like
that's
a
possible
sordid
regardless
thing.
of how much money people have,
Right.
sadly. Yeah. Does it look like is there multiple gates And what I'm trying to ascertain from where we are is
Yep.
there multiple gates, and does one of them appear to be near where like
The ghetto.
waste would be coming out of the city?
There you go. Yeah.
I tell you what, roll me a perception check, please, sir.
Okay.
So I
You
can
got it.
judge how far you can
With
see.
a whopping +0, that's a 19.
Smashed it.
Oh.
So from where you are, you can see a large gate. It is grilled with what you'd imagine to be slatted metal. So you can see through it. It's like a grill, with a doorway in it. You're still probably, I don't know, I'd say, how far would you say that was? I don't know, 500 meters, something like that, away from the city. And you can see that there are people sort of going into the town. Not many of them, but some. Oh, sorry. Salty's gone.
We lost Salty.
Strange.
Hopefully he'll jump back in.
There
he
we
is.
go.
I'm having issues. You okay, Salty?
Yep, still good. Sorry about that.
So there's like a sluice gate next to or near a city gate. Is that what? Do I
So
understand that
there is
correctly?
there's a main gate into the town. You can't see any ingress or egress of sewage from where you are. You can see one gate. There is guards on the gate, and there are people flocking inside.
Okay. Well, we can
Let's
just
just-
try and blend in with the crowd.
Let's just get it over with.
We can make believe and pretend to be property. Or we can find where the ship comes out and sneak in.
I mean, honestly, we've got the two chains that have each got a collar on them, but I don't know that we can get them open.
I said we only got one that opens, I think.
Well, no, we cut the guy's head off and took the collar off.
So both collars are sealed shut. They are welded shut. There is no keyhole. These things were put on at a very young age.
Then disregard that altogether.
Yeah, we got men, right?
Let's try this. Let's mud up these shields first. Try to hide those devices.
Turn them around, strap them to our backs with them facing up against our backs, and just not wear them.
Fair. Works for me.
That's gonna be hard since you're using one as a splint.
We'll
I
put it to my
mean,
body.
You know,
I'll take it off. I'll put it on my back. We'll sling my arm.
we could do that. We got that tunic we were going to use for rags anyway. We can use that thing. Just rest it for the day.
I'm not knowing with my amnesia. I don't even know what side of the war I was fighting on. I don't know if anybody can recognize me or not. So, or if there's any, I'm still having this tattered tunic from the war, probably all bloody and cut up or whatever. I'm going to take it off and go shirtless, bend down, grab a little mud, and just kind of like splash it over me a little bit to make myself look dirty. I want to try to maybe, if this is the town I was fighting for or the country I was fighting for, I don't want to be seen as like a deserter or something, and I don't want to walk in enemy camp, that's for damn sure. So I'm taking anything off that might be recognizable that we were part of the war, muddy myself up a little bit. To maybe I look, and maybe in such a young age, maybe I look like a homeless child. Doing it for multiple reasons, wanting to help get past the guards, or maybe be more sensitive, or easier set of eyes for maybe possibly homeless children. see upon me.
You're more reasonable bait for us to abduct a child. Is that what you're saying?
No. My dad died of battle. I'm all alone, or whatever. But I just want to. Yeah, I don't want to look like I was part of the military and of any course. That's the main object. So I just take off that tunic.
So you've smeared yourself in mud so that you look like you are sort of poor. Is that what you're saying?
Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Spots here,
Okay.
spots here, like just to like maybe look like I haven't taken a bath and maybe.
Okay, so you,
I'm gonna
obviously you
scoop up
still
a big handful.
you've still
and
got
just smear it on his back
yeah. That's
and like slap him real hard. Yeah, it helped.
obviously you still have a satchel. You still got a short sword, a bow on your back, so you're not going to look like a pauper as such. You know, you are still carrying equipment.
Yeah.
Are you heading down in?
All
Right, let's do it.
I'm gonna kind of just pull my hair, sort of, so it's sort of long and scraggly anyway. So I'm gonna kind of pull it over to cover my severed ear nubs.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that. Ooh.
All right. Well, before we head on, I reach into my pocket, and I still have 9 good berries left over after using the 1 to get Lorne up, and I'll go over to start with Cobbler and Nahta'nos. Go ahead and hand them 1 and try to reach my hand and put out. Here, everybody take 1 of these. This is what I use to get you back up in battle, and what you do, it gets very minimal healing. It just makes you feel better, really. It's also nourished. I would use it, say, if somebody goes, we get separated, and I'm not around, or I fall down. This is how you get somebody out. And I explained to it, you take the berry between your thumb and your index, and you put it down in their mouth, and then you have to squeeze it. It's the juices that have the enchanting effect. So while it's down their throat, you squeeze it, let the juices flow through them, and that'll get anybody up. Now,
Oh, yeah, I gotta remember. I thought you were trying to take out my tonsils when you gave me one in the middle of that fight.
so that's how it's done. And then it'll keep it's very minimal healing. I wouldn't use it just for wounds, but if someone drops, like if somebody's next to you drops, go ahead. I give 1 to everybody has the capability of bringing somebody else back up if need be. But these do go bad. They're live fruit. They do go bad. They will only last 1 day, and so at the end of the day, maybe this. How long ago DM was the battle with the dwarves?
Oh, it's like 10 minutes ago. However long this conversation has been.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say we got probably maybe 22 hours left or whatever before these will be rotten and go. By that point, go ahead and eat them. If it doesn't look like you need them before they go bad. If nothing else, you'll fill your belly, and at least you won't feel hunger. It takes away hunger.
Thanks.
And then I give everybody 1.
Take 1, pocket it, nod. I'm not gonna say thank you, but no.
And are you heading down towards the city?
All right. So,
Yeah.
so if we're going through the gate, all right, you want me to bluster our way through, or what? I'm fine either way. I'm just saying, if I do it, then hopefully they won't look at you as much as they look at me. If I'm being an arse.
We put you in the front and the kid in the back, and we 3 in the middle.
Yep. And I'll say whatever I've got to get us through. And then you can punch me in the nose if I say something crossed when we get to the tavern.
We'll handle it over dinner.
Fair.
Let's get this done.
Okay, you start to head down. You trudge through the muddy track heading towards Tralask. As you get closer, you hear the bells go off in the tower. Ding, ding, ding. 12 rings, indicating midday. You see not a flurry of people, but there is a sort of steady of one or two people entering the city. You can see that there's sort of a bit of a segregation as you come up to the gates. There's 2 guards on the gate, and you are probably about 100 meters away from entering the city. How do you want to do this?
All right. Me in the front, you 3 in the middle. Leoric in the back. Try not to look prideful. It's the best I can say.
Right,
Don't look like you're trying to hide, but don't look like you've got your shoulders back or anything either.
Right.
And we'll just hope that they don't care.
Take my quiver and my bow and hand them to you. And just, I hate to say it, but it'll look a lot better if we're not armed.
Fair enough.
And then I'll just kind of make my way back in line and sort of stand there, head hung, arms in front, and we'll just start shambling forward.
I have a short bow. No arrows, but I have a short bow. Same scenario.
Okay.
I'll give it to Leoric.
Nat?
Or
Yeah, or you could pile them on. We're the pack mules.
good.
You carry all of those, I'll carry all the arrows. I don't think we can fill a quiver with what we've got, but that way it doesn't look like you're actually armed. You're just carrying a whole pile of them.
Yep.
So we'll do that.
Okay.
Of course, we're 100 meters from them, and they're probably watching us do it.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully they're not paying attention. Because
They are currently dealing with 2 individuals trying to enter the city.
there we go. Lucky. I'll take luck every day.
As you walk up to these guards, they stick a hand out. Oh! I presume, by the looks of you, are you entering the competition? Elves to the left, humans and dwarves to the right.
Why are you separating me from my property?
Well, the only reason I can assume you're here is for the Sylvian competition, the brawl, the arena fight. That's the only reason. That's the only way we're letting any elves into the town at the moment, unless you're a lord, of course.
Oh yeah, that's me, Lord Shortshanks over here. No! But I can't, but how am I supposed to be able to make sure they're properly cleaned and ready and prepped for the thing if I'm separated?
Look, you go through the gate, you go off, you send them off to the left, and they enter the competition. That's the only elves that are going to be entered in this town. Are you not here for the competition? What else? Why did you enter here?
Yeah, I'm entering them in, but if they're not prepped and ready to get in the thing, they're not going to do as well, and then I'm going to lose.
You'll have plenty an opportunity to meet them in their quarters and prepare them for the fight.
When Lorne hears that, he steps to the left.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave your weapons behind now. As you can see here, no weapons in the town. Not on competition day. Next 3 days as the competition's going on.
Right. You got like a Czech person over here or something?
Absolutely. If you go over there to Trent, he'll take your weapons off you. We'll sign them in the registry. And don't worry. We get this all the time. We'll make sure your weapons come back to you. There's a large sort of dwarfish fellow, big belly on him. Just stood there. Hey! I'll take your weapons!
Alright. I am going to try to not... Assuming I'm not being searched, I do have that throwing knife that I bought from the herbalist in my healing kit. So at some point I'll probably transfer that to like my wrist or my...
Okay, they're not searching you. They're doing this on a visual basis. They it's a town. There are going to be small knives and everything inside the town, so they can't hold everything. What they do not want is weapons, shields, swords, spears, that sort of thing inside the city grounds. So, are you going to surrender your weapons?
Hey,
Lorne
Hey.
complies.
So this
Pile
guy,
them on there.
this guy, put him on the desk. Put him on the desk. Big table in front of you. Right. Can I take a name? Was it Shortshanks? You said it was.
Right, Lord Shortshanks.
Well, I know you're not a lord. Look at the fucking state here.
Right, but you know.
Shortshanks.
Right, that's the name I go by out here with the other non-folk, shall we say. My clan name is my own business and they can eat me.
Who's that little one behind you? He's no elf, is he? He's dirty. Hey, he's a bloody bath, that boy.
He's alright. He's got his skills.
Does he work for you?
Right.
Right, Shortshanks. I'll put companion. And do all three of these knife ears belong to you?
As much as they do to anybody, yeah.
Yeah, so 3 elves, male. Okay. I presume you're entering them into the competition?
Would they be through the gate if they weren't?
You got some spunk about you, haven't you?
No, just no tolerance for nonsense.
Well, they're going to be entering the group battle. The individual solo battle is not up for debate, but there's some good money to be made, you know. Don't worry, it's not lethal. It's just non-lethal combat. But if they're entering in, they enter as a free, okay, as a trio. So I'm entering them in as a trio under Shortshanks. Okay. If you pass the first round, you get 15 gold. If they defeat the second wave, 20 gold. And if they survive the final wave, which I doubt very much looking by the state of yours, 25 gold. And you get the favor of the arena master, so, you know, there'll be a bit of discount around, you know. Always good, you know, fella. Right, so, and he just points to the back, and there's this huge human just comes over, just starts taking the weapons, taking them out the back. And then so you can see just through looking behind him that there's a huge sort of jail cell, which is just armored and full of weapons. Right, as you enter through the gate, on your left you'll see the entrance to the arena. Your elves will enter in that way, and then you are free to roam the city. I will ask your elves do not enter the city with you, and they go down to their quarters, and you can meet them shortly after they have had a brief introduction.
All right.
Just sort of trying really hard not to roll my eyes and scowl, but I'll begrudgingly make my way over to the right side.
Before they get too far away, I'll walk right up to all three of them, kind of almost like a proud papa, like straightening them out and like breaking, thing like that, and like that. And like, now don't embarrass me in there. And then under my breath, I'll be like, we'll come and find you as soon as we can. Don't worry, I'll get you out of this.
Lorne just stands stoically and gives you a nod.
As you walk through into the city, it's cobbled streets. It's a reasonably wealthy city. You can see that there is an arena in front of you. Wooden stakes mark this area. There is market stalls all the way around. There you can hear the sounds of the beautiful sounds of a town. The elves are heading off towards the arena, and the dwarf and the human are free to roam. What are the elves doing?
We're still walking.
You are led down a small path into sort of under. What would the word be?
Like a team locker room.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly that. You were headed down into what looks a bit like a dungeon. It's like an undercrypt. There are sections which have got sort of cages on them, metal doors all barred up. But they aren't locked. There's other elves in there training. There's elves sort of sharpening sort of sticks and doing all sorts of bits down there.
So in these scenarios, there's usually somebody who can identify as a surgeon, stitcher upper, medic,
or
somebody.
like a quartermaster.
Somebody. Like I basically, whenever a vet, I'll take it. Whenever we get down below there, we look around and we see the buzz of activity, and we know where Lorne knows where he is in a general sense. There's somebody here that patches people back up.
Currently, at the moment, all you can see is other elves.
I ask an elf who patches the other elves back up.
Who's asking? You can see from the back, you can see a female elf, very scarred, very sort of torn skin in places, scars over her face.
One of the last from the Four Hills. One of the last from the Four Hills with a broken arm, as I just kind of show her my chicken wing.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
You're not in a good way.
And yet I'm still here. Now, mind you, I want to point out that I don't have a shirt on. I'm all dirty. But I do have a brand in Old Elven that says Unbroken on it. So, across my chest.
I tell you what, you take that cell over there, there's no one in that one, and there's buckets of water in there, you can clean yourself up. There's no surgeon on hand, though. That arm's going to be an issue.
Thank you. And I go over because there's water. I'm not overlooking the value of water. Oh, look, a container full of water.
What are you expecting?
Well, I don't say that.
Elves.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm like, yes, water. I motion over to the other two, toward where I'm going.
Well,
into that cell.
Follow over.
I'm gonna walk sort of just behind Nahta'nos, and as we're walking, you did something during that last fight that I've only seen a handful of other times in the past. You moved far too quickly, far too purposefully. How do you know how to do that?
Something I picked up.
Yeah. Is there any what's around us right now?
So you're at a very
Tables with
sort of
things on them.
it's a stone built undercrypt. So you imagine there's arch ceilings around you. There's pillars holding the ground up above. You're sort of underneath the arena as such. If you imagine a bit like the Roman Colosseum, like that sort of way. You can see in the distance there's light coming down from ramps, and there's sort of sun pits coming down. So there's pools of light all around you. There's buckets of water over the floor. It's a bit dank, a bit smelly. It's not very nice.
Are there tables of gear laid out?
There's no
for people
gear
to train with. There's
no
gear.
No gear down there. You can see a punching bag in the corner. There are mannequins, wooden mannequins, if you want to patch it sort of hand to hand against it. There are seats and tables. There's rickety old beds, but there's not no mattresses or anything like that. But there is areas to sleep in.
And we're walking towards a little, almost like a cell with some places.
It is very much a cell. There's no door, there's no lock, but it looks like an old cell.
Okay. So as you say that was just something that you picked up, I'm going to sort of grab you by the shoulders from behind and go to spin you around and put a leg behind you to basically just knock you on your ass on the ground.
Are you resisting that?
Yeah.
Okay, both roll me a strength check, please.
Oh, this is not going to be good. Yeah, that's a 5.
Boom. It's your dump stat, baby. Oh, wait, they're all dump stats on every character.
As you go to grab Nat, he does sort of a martial art sort of maneuver and swings you around, and you sort of fall on your ass.
Once I land on the ground, I'm just gonna look up at him and I'm like, the only time I've seen other elves do that is when they were hunting us. And gonna kind of get up and like kick some dirt at him, and take a few steps back. So tell me again, where did you learn to do that?
Surviving,
Bullshit.
and I'm gonna head back in.
So you've headed into the sail area?
Yep.
What are you doing,
I'm
Corbin?
just gonna walk off for a little ways. Not
Okay.
too far away, but I'm gonna go have some quiet
You
time.
walk down the corridor, and you can sort as you walk down, you can just see there's different groups of elves. There's individuals, there's teams, there's wood elves, there's sort of dark elves. There's all sorts of different tribes here.
Okay.
What
I'm
is
just gonna
sorry,
be rude.
Cobbler and Leoric? What would you like to do?
Well, having been thrown that bit of a curveball, get far enough into town. You know, I want to get at least a block away from the gate.
Okay.
In a rather purposeful way, like it seems like I'm just going to conduct business and not worrying about anything.
As you walk
And then
further,
kinda-
as you walk further into the towns, you're not getting stared at. There's no judgment. You feel an almost sense of belonging in this town. You know, there are elves and there's humans and dwarves everywhere. There's the odd occasional elf sort of working behind a stall for someone. But everyone around you is a human or a dwarf.
Coming to a corner where, you know, naturally one might stop to kind of look around and get their bearings and make a decision, and I'll turn back to Leoric and be like, I don't know, did you get a read on them whether or not those three want to get out of there before they fight, or if they want to go in and fight and try to cover it up and go along with it? I couldn't tell.
No, I couldn't tell, but I do believe just what we saw, the way since we've met them and known them, that they won't turn another cheek. If something bad happens to them, they're gonna be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Where are we? Where are we in relation? Octagon there. That
Oh, sorry. Let me try.
have we? I was gonna say, have we come anywhere near that yet?
You've gone down the long straight. So if you're looking, you've gone past the arena on your right, and then you've gone down the long street. So you're sort of down the other end. You said you went about 100 meters into town, didn't you? So you sort of went in.
Yeah.
So I'd say you're halfway down that street, just surrounded by the sort of Tudor-looking buildings, and there's market stalls around. There's baker shops. There's everything here. Everything you can imagine in a normal town.
Did we notice anywhere where there were public postings or announcements sort of thing? Because I'm trying to figure out how to get information about what this whole fight day is about without asking and seeming out of place, you know?
Yeah, there's not been any sort of notice boards as yet. You're not near the town centre. The town centre's sort of a little ways off. But there's people around.
As we're walking, do we happen to walk past the arena where this fight's?
Oh, you've walked past. Yeah, you've walked past,
Mhm.
and it's on your. It was on your right. You've gone past it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no posting or notice, like what time, when,
Nothing at all.
I don't know.
It makes me think that it's the kind of thing everybody here knows when it is, because it seems, you know, they seemed pretty sure that anybody coming in through that thing was coming here for it. So it seems like it's kind of common knowledge, so I'm a little
Roll
apprehensive.
me a history check, just so you know
boy.
whether you've known it, if you would know of it or not.
Cobbler, is intelligence one of your 6 dump stats?
Well, I'm at disadvantage with it.
Oh shit! A nat 1. You've never heard of this fighting arena or
D&D,
event?
man.
I actually rolled a 2, but I have a -1 in history. So.
So you got a dirty 1, is what you got.
31, yeah.
Dirty 1.
It's a hard-earned 1.
I imagine if we walking past a street vendor or whatever, I'll try to find a street vendor and go up to them and
Absolutely. Nearby, you
kinda
can
say,
see there's a guy who's just chopping vegetables. He's packing them. He's putting them in crates. He's a human fellow. He's got
Alright.
ruggedy sort of black hair. He doesn't look like a rich man, but he is, he wears himself in a way in which he doesn't act unwealthy, but he doesn't look wealthy.
all right, I'll approach him and say, "Good sir, I'm not from around here. New, traveled with some contestants and the Lord of our manor here. And when does this first fight? I'm excited about. When does this first fight occur?"
The Sylvian Games. Oh yes, the first fight is this afternoon, I believe. Are you competing? Have you got elves competing in it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have a group. That my lord here.
I should look out for them.
Yeah. I take it. So I want to make sure I didn't miss the fight. As I want to.
What banner or cross are they fighting under? They got a name or?
You'll know them because they'll be the last 3 standing.
Fighting talk. Well done. Well done.
And I'm looking around at his stall, sir, and he's got some vegetables, and I want to.
He's got
what are the
carrots,
prices?
carrots and cabbages is what he's got.
How much for a couple carrots?
Couple of carrots, say it's the 50 silver a piece. I know it's a little steep, but it's been a hard winter and we haven't had much.
And I'm looking around, and that's too steep for me. I haven't had money. I don't know. I haven't had any coin in for a while. Do you need any work done? I'd be glad to help you out. If
not a moment, my friend. And I'm not being funny to you, sir, but you are filthy. I don't really want you covering my my carrots in any of that dirt mud to get covered in.
The sanitation and health inspector isn't on the other side of town. He won't notice.
If you need a bath, there's a tavern around the way. But, sir, I don't want you touching my carrots. I can smell you from here.
I understand. Well,
what's your business in town? Is it solely for the competition or?
Yes, just the competition.
Oh, good.
Kidnapping. Child trafficking, yeah.
That's not something to laugh at.
No, it's not.
Damn this fucking campaign. Can't laugh at anything.
Terrible people.
It's my inability not to look at it how it is, right in the teeth.
Hey, DM, real quick.
Yes.
While I'm down there and as the elf down preparing below, can I go ahead and burn one of my 2-second wins?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you.
And as I'm particularly walking towards street vendors we come around, because I figure, okay, the general street vendors are kind of the lower quarters of town or whatever. They're not going to be like the big shops or general stores or anything. So I would expect that somewhere around here, maybe there's street children lurking about, or rats. if nothing else. And I'm looking for rats and street children.
Street children. Okay, roll me.
As we're walking by wherever going, I'm going to be doing this.
Street children or rats? What a perception. Roll me a perception.
Follow the dirty man down the alleyway.
Can I get me some of those street children? Roll me a perception check, please.
Got a caravan with tinted windows.
Children!
Wouldst thou liketh some candy?
That's how I feel. It's so terrible.
I've lost my puppy.
Oh, God.
A 6. With a 6, you don't immediately see any children running around the street. There's clear signs this is a quite a built-up area. There are going to be rats, but there's none scurrying in front of you. But the grime on the street indicates that there would be rats, but you cannot see any children.
All right. We got plenty of time.
All right, let's take about an hour and do a walkabout and see if we can get a read for where the poorer quarters are.
All right.
Okay. You walk around town. An hour goes by, and you can tell there are some lower quarters of the city that there would be some poorer folk. You're currently in the center of town. It's a bit of an opening. There's a big a bit of a square. It's around the back of those houses there that you see in the picture. And it's, you can hear the distant sounds of families and kids, and there's it's a bustling city.
During our walkabout, trying to read that and everything like that, are there any street beggars, like, sitting on the corners?
You roll me a perception check just so I can see what you have got.
Boy.
You're not looking so good, are you?
No, I'm not. Yeah, that's a 5 or 9.
A 9. With a 9, you can see that there are some beggars on the street. There are 2, in fact, that you can see in the town square. Next to each other, one appears to be asleep, the other one is sort of resting with his back against the wall. They are next to each other. With a blanket over each other, over themselves.
I will. So they're next to each other, though?
Yes.
I will approach and kneel down in between them, sort of. And slowly pulling out from my pocket, I will produce the good berry that I was given earlier. And I'd say, right, I need a little bit of it to feel a little better about themselves.
The gentleman in front of you, his hair hanging in his face, just looks up at you. What do you want?
Yeah, I represent the Merchants Guild from couple of towns over. I'm looking to find some young street urchins that might be looking for an apprentice, specifically for an herbalist.
He just takes the good brew and he's just like, got any booze?
If I did, do you think I'd be doing this?
He just throws it down his throat. Yeah, there's a poor part of town over there. There's a burnt down house. You'll see it. It's that's a rough area. Yeah, it's bad. I don't know if there's kids around.
Fair enough. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Is there, as we're walking, taking our walkabout here, walking through town, do I see any wealthy individuals just walking the streets, or people at least might have a little bit of money?
Absolutely, there is a range of people walking around this street. You obviously got the beggars on the side. You do see wealthy families that are sort of parading the streets, with an umbrella in their hand. Couple of kids behind them, sort of walking hand in hand through the streets.
All right, I'm going to walk up to these individuals as they're walking up and down the streets, and gonna target women, per se. Say the mother or the one who appears to be the with the children or whatever.
Fucking dying over here, man.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. Arms for the poor, please. I haven't eaten in days, and you can see, ma'am, I've lost my parents, and I'm playing the beggar role.
Reginald, have a word. There's a beggar here. And the husband turns around. Begone! You, shoo! We don't want you here.
And I go on to the next group.
You've caused a bit of a fuss here, and actually, so people are starting to look at what's going on. You're in the middle of a town square. You've sort of not accosted a woman in the middle of the square, but do we have to call the guard? Guard!
And I run off. I rock around, duck down an alley or something.
To be a little more specific, DM, I believe the descriptor was I'm targeting.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, oh god, what's he gonna do?
As you run off down the streets, you run down a sort of back alley, and Cobbler's sort of got his head in his hands. Sort of, for fuck's sake.
I'm like acting like I don't know him, but I'm tracking where he's going so I can catch up to him in a minute.
What are the elves doing at this point? An hour has gone by since you've been down in the cells. You've seen people come and go from inside the cells. There's been an announcement that the first fight will begin in approximately 30 minutes. You see a hustle and bustle around inside. There's a large gentleman in the corner who, is elvish of build and of look and of race, but he is a very barbarian-looking man.
I'm punching a punching bag.
Okay.
You said there was one, right?
Yeah. So you're working out on the punching bag. Korvahn?
I'm going to go over to the large fellow and what's this fight about?
What? You mean the Sylvan fight that you're entering in like 3/4 an hour? You've never been in this?
No, it's not like it's my choice to be here.
Fair enough. I see what you're saying, mate. Right, so we have 3 rounds of combat. You got to fight against, I don't know, dogs, wolves, bandits, and then we got a little surprise if you get into the final. Most of the time people don't die, but we get heavily wounded. But there's good money to be made by your masters.
And what are we fighting with?
With?
I don't see any.
Oh, there would be a scattering of weapons thrown on the floor. It depends on who. Yeah, well, the way that the masters like to do it is that you can sponsor a fight. So the more they pay into a fight, the better the weapon that falls down. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're fighting with your fists, and sometimes you got a bloody big pike that you get to stick into someone's face.
Oh, good.
This is just the way it is. I've been doing this for years, mate. This is my 5th tournament, I think.
And are you competing?
I'm not competing now. I've earned the honours. I won, what was it now? 3 years ago I won. So I'm now the quartermaster down here. I just look after you folk. Make sure all alright.
Good.
Anything else I can help you with, mate? It's daunting, I know. You look like you got a fighter vibe about you, though. You can you give a little bit,
He's looking for me to shadow box him a little bit.
He's just sort of. He's got quite a lot of spunk for sort of a sort of enslaved elf because he's wearing. It's not chainmail. You've still got your chainmail on. It's like he's got like a plated shoulder. He's got a bit of a gauntlet on one arm. He's got a bandana around his head, sort of spiky hair.
Yeah. yeah, when he starts sort of like shadow boxing me, I just turn my back to him, and I'm gonna start looking at the ground for like a good, like, you said this is like a dungeon. I'm assuming dirt floor. Like I'm looking for like a chunk of brick or masonry or like a rock will fit comfortably in the palm of my hand.
There's some bits around. Yeah, there's some masonry and rocks on the floor. Do you want to reach for one?
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of pick one up and test the weight of it, and just walk off to wait. I'm not even gonna give him any more attention at this point.
Oh, come on! Anything you need, don't forget, Greg. I'm Greg.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if anyone asks, I won 3 years ago.
I hold the rock up.
Yeah.
And like,
enjoy your rock.
Whatever, and walk back over and sit down.
Lorne, what are you doing?
Lorne is properly bathing himself in that water. You know what I mean? Like he's given a good scrub.
Okay.
I have wounds. I've got, I'm in a bad way, so I'm trying to do a little bit of self-care, and I'm trying to think about what might be available to palm.
You gain a hygiene point, my friend.
Okay. Now, I'll just have to note that on a piece of paper.
That's right, I got it here.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, for lack of a better way to put it, I'm looking for a shiv that I can braid into my hair.
Shiv?
Yeah, or something I might be able to use, like a simple weapon, you know what I mean? Like a broken broomstick, that, or even like we had before, like a coral or a arrow shaft.
Roll me a investigation check, please. You're in a room full of wooden benches and items like that.
Gotcha.
So,
investigation.
please.
Come on now.
You're searching the immediate area around your feet. You're not perceiving the whole dungeon.
Looks like a 16 on my end.
Yeah, absolutely. So you do find a small piece of wood, but it's not in shape. It's not the shape you want. It's very much a chunk of wood in your hand.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to start trying to figure out what I can do with that little chunk of wood.
And you're trying to get a shiv. So I tell you,
yeah, of some sort. Like if I could get it split.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of matted, nasty hair, like almost quasi dreadlocky.
Okay. Now
I was thinking maybe I'd pull my hair up into like a man bun or whatnot and try to.
Nice. I'm all about the man bun. You know that.
Yeah, but like bigger Rasta man bun and maybe try to stick it in there.
Okay.
So,
roll me a sleight of hand for how you craft this piece of wood. 11.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to make a spiked piece of wood by splitting the wood on the side of the bench, and you actually get like a bit of a big splinter, but it's quite dull on the end.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay. It's like a door wedge.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. That's
okay.
Fine. That's perfect, actually.
Fine.
And beyond that, it is trying to find my inner calm. I'm going into a gladiator fight with a broken fucking arm, man. Do
we know how long we're going to be here?
Are you chatting to Lorne?
No, just asking in general.
It's about a quarter of an hour until your fight, but you wouldn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Well, going to be
the big
here
guy
until we're not
earlier, but I didn't know if the dungeon was that big that we didn't hear that, or.
He said you're going to be up in 3/4 of an hour.
Okay.
As you finish making that shiv, you notice that the first group of people go out into the arena. You hear cheers and celebrations. It's quite light. It doesn't sound like there's a huge crowd at the moment, but they're sort of woo, just sort of going out.
Is there a chance that we can like, are there like manholes or portholes or air holes, anything like that we might be able to watch through?
The only thing you got is the as they go up the ramp up to the arena, there's a gated. I can't think of the name of it. Like a metal gate.
Portcullis.
Yeah,
Portcullis.
Portcullis. That was what I was thinking of. Like a portcullis that comes down, and you can sort of see the arena, but not a lot from where you are.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, beyond that, it's just going to be trying to put myself together the best I can.
Okay, fine. Korvahn, Nahta'nos, anything else you want to do?
I'm just waiting and contemplating.
Okay. Over to Cobbler and Leoric. Leoric, you've ran down a side alley in the middle of the square. You've come into a dark edge of town. You have seen the burnt out house that the homeless man mentioned. Cobbler, you saw where Leoric is gone, and you're stood in the middle of the square.
I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for Cobbler. I was figuring that I made it loud enough noise that he would follow me, but not knowing that. But at the same time, I want to check out the burnt out house, see if it's empty or if it's occupied by street children or any rats or anything else.
It is a burnt out house. There are no children inside.
All right, then
It's
turn around behind me,
very
make
much
sure
it's
that-
very much demolished. It's collapsed in on itself. There's no living soul inside of it.
Okay, having found out, I turn around, make sure that nobody followed me, whatever, and then I kind of hide in the shadows or along the walls, try to creep back so I can find Cobbler.
You can see inside the square there's a bit of a commotion. People sort of pointing at the alley that you were in, but there appears to be no guards as yet. They're all now the arena has sort of started and the fights have started. The commotion is all around the arena.
Did a crowd join up? Like, did any of the vendors leave their stands to check out what's going on?
No. They were all surrounding. They could see it, but they're not going to have left their stands with all their wares on it. With a thief that's just tried mugging someone in the middle of the street.
I'd like to have a look at
Targeted
Targeted.
someone.
Try to get,
I want to target the women in this square. Oh shit!
Gives a whole new meaning to women and children first. Yeah, I as soon as I only kind of wait about 30 seconds to a minute to kind of make sure that there aren't 2 or 3 guards coming around the corner to start chasing him down the corridor. Mm-hmm. And when things start to shift like that, I'll just start making my way to try to catch up with him anyway. So
okay. As you turn the corner, you walk around, you see the sort of scared look of Leoric, covered in mud, sort of panting, hid in a little crevice in the side of a wall.
Look, points for trying, but oh well. We're in desperation mode here. We'll try anything once, twice.
Oh, by the way, I found the burnt out house that the guy was talking about. It's right over there.
Boy. Yep, sure enough, there it is. That doesn't look helpful though. Hold on, let's all right. At least now we know where. Maybe around dusk we come back around here. Maybe it's the kind of thing that, when folk are settling in for the evening, maybe we'll find more people congregating in the area. Hopefully we'll have our compatriots back by then. Maybe we should head back and keep an eye on them and make sure they're killed. My plan right now is let them get through the first round and then plead that my property's getting too damaged and go in and reclaim them if we can. So then we just withdraw after. Hopefully after some winnings, that would be nice. But
That would be nice.
it's the best I got. I'm flying by the seat of my whiskers. let's head back towards the thing and see what's going on with that, and see just how bad of a situation we've put our in. And if we pass a trough on the way, clean yourself.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that reminds me. Okay. Okay. And I go on. Maybe the burnout house isn't that far, right?
It's right next to you. You're literally right next to it.
Okay. I'm going to walk inside it. I want to get alone. Nobody around. Nobody can see me.
Okay.
And with that, I reach in my pocket, grab a little pinch of the sand, my pocket sand, bring it out, and go ahead with it. And oh, Earth Mother, please provide us with your life sustenance. And I kind of make it rain a little bit, and with that, I create water over myself. To small little thing just to bathe myself and clean myself up.
Okay, so as the light emanates from your hands above you, some water appears, like a shower. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, you're in this burnt-out town. There's just water pouring over you. And all that Cobbler can sort of see is just a sort of spray of mist coming outside the door. And yes, you get clean from the water above you. You gain 1 hygiene point.
All right. Okay. All right. Maybe this they won't recognize me no more. They're looking for a muddy kid, Cobbler. That's
right. And we'll make our way back towards the center of things and try to observe.
Okay. As you walk back into the square, you can see that the hubbub is sort of cleared. Merchants are packing up their stalls. It's sort of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and people are sort of getting ready for the arena fights. You can hear a hubbub coming from the arena, and people starting to clap. Yeah, kill him! You can hear all this coming from the arena.
So is it just like mostly standing room only around the exterior of the thing? If you're not up in the balconies of the houses around?
Yeah, you can see through the grates, through the stakes, so you can see internally. From looking inside, you can see that there is a hatch in the floor which sort of opens up, and that's where the contestants come in and out.
Okay. Yeah, just try to elbow our way into a spot where both of us can look high and low.
As you come up to the, you walk up to the arena. You can see them pulling some beasts back into the sort of side edges, and there's an unconscious elf in the middle of the ground. They're just dragging him off by his foot, leaving sort of a spool of blood coming up behind.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Over to the elves. You hear the portcullis lift, and the cheering and clapping, and the grid goes, "Hey, fucking hell! Come on, yeah! Oh, bring him in here! Bring him in here! Bring him in here!" There's this solo elf just comes in. They throw him on the bed, and he is cut to pieces. He's got scratches over his shoulders, all over his face, up his neck. Right, 10-minute warning, guys. We got the, let me have a look here, who is it? It's the trio. The Shortshankses. You're up next. 10-minute warning. Gather your shit, get yourself together, splash some water on your face.
They strip any gear off that cat whenever they bring him down to tend to him? It's got to be armor, anything like that on?
They're trying to stop the bleeding at the moment.
Right on. Okay. Is he wearing any armor?
Very little. He looked a bit like dressed like yourselves. He wasn't the best armored, if I'm perfectly honest. He had some boots on him, but he's being tended to by a sort of another elf in the vicinity.
Sure. I'm just looking to steal.
You can try and steal if you want to steal.
No.
You're not in the room with them; they're in a different room, so you can just see.
Gotcha.
They didn't bring him into your room; they brought them down the corridor and threw him into his own sort of cell.
So I just vocalized the fact that I wish I was in that room with him so I could take his boots and possibly anything that would protect me to my friends.
Greg just looks at you and goes, "Oh, to your friends. Okay, fair enough."
I'm gonna walk over to Korvahn
What?
and tell you, if we survive this, we'll talk about it more. If we don't, then it won't matter.
If we go 3 abreast, put me in the middle. It'll be the best place for me.
Sounds good to
You
me.
can't go walking out there with a rock and a stick. But we got a rock and a stick.
Can we take weapons out there? If we had weapons?
You have no weapons.
Asking the big guy? Asking the quartermaster?
Well, like I said before, depending on who sponsors you, or if anybody's feeling like you need a bit more entertainment, then throw some weapons down. Depending on how much they pay.
You wouldn't want to sponsor us, would you?
What if I went over there and tore off a
Hey, man.
a wooden leg, table leg, or chair leg, or something?
You can't take weapons out of here, fella.
Okay.
Man, I would wield a tower shield with a big Coke symbol on it. I totally would. Like a Reebok sign or something. We need sponsorship.
If I could sponsor you, mate, I would, but, you know, elves aren't allowed money. You know that as much as I do. If I need money...
You won 3 years ago.
They still treat me like a piece of shit, mate.
Yeah, don't they?
I'm just a better off piece of shit than you are.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go just kind of walk away again to wait, but try and hide that rock on my person
Okay.
somewhere.
Roll a sleight of hand, please.
Fucking keister this rock.
Yeah, you know where it's going, man. You know where
it's
it's
a 5. It's a very sharp rock.
You're just stood there and you're like, you're sort of almost clumsy with it. You're just like, I don't know what the fuck I can do with this thing. And Grig's just looking, go on. I saw you pick that up earlier. No weapons on the Brina. How hard is it? Come on. This is an honourable sport.
It's a rock. It's not a weapon.
You can't sit out, sunshine. You got 5 minutes, by the way. Anything you want to do, pray to your god or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think Lorne gets right with himself, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just says, like I said, you put me in the middle, I'll do what I can. I'm not afraid, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to compromise you or him.
Oh. At the moment, you're the only one I think I can trust, so I'd rather you not do anything foolish. Him, he can do whatever he wants.
So beyond that, start stretching out, man. Start warming up a little bit.
Work them hammies.
Yeah.
Cobbler, Leoric, you hear the announcement that it's 5 minutes until the arena of the Shortshanks crew.
I want to, as we're approaching the stand, what's this next match? Who's participating?
Hey,
Sounds like our boys are coming out.
All right, I want to look around for the bookie, and I want to place a bet. I gotta look around for. All right, who's got it? I got one on I got a gold piece here. We're gonna put on Shortshanks crew here.
hey, fella, you looking to place a bid?
Yeah.
You want to
That's
speak to
exciting.
Harvard Plinkerton? He's just over there, and you look over and you can see this fat halfling sat at a bench. And he is obese. He's got a big double chin. He's got grease back hair. He's wearing like a waistcoat almost. He's got a couple of rings on each finger. And he's just sort of stood there with a load of money, just counting it side to side. He's got an elf stood behind him.
All right, I go approach him. I said, hey, good day there, sir. I hear you're the one taking the wages. I'd like to make a wager.
Well, fresh faces. And with elves, I bet. Which crew are you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'm just looking at it, and I heard something about what are the odds that I can get for this short shank crew.
Are you looking to place a bet? Oh, nice. Yeah. I tell you what, I had a look at them earlier. Skinny little bunch, didn't they? One of them's got a broken arm.
What are they fighting? Who are they fighting?
Oh, God knows. Who knows? We don't know. Only the arena organizers. No, I don't know. But, for that scrawny little crew, I tell you what, I'll give you 5 to 1. What are you betting?
I don't know. You know, elves, they ain't worth the shit that they draw. Come on, you gotta give me 10 to 1.
Roll me a persuasion check.
And I gotta pat myself on the back. Yeah, the luck is with me. As I cast guidance on myself.
How does that look as you're stood in front of Harvard Plinkerton and you cast guidance?
I'm kind of like talking to him, and I'm kind of like to cheer myself up. All right, it's like kind of like a success is not final, and failure is, or success. You know, whatever. I forgot.
He's just looking at you like.
I know what I want to say, but I'm still.
He looks back at his elf like, "What the fuck's this bloke about?"
I just sure give myself up.
5 to 1. Roll a persuasion if you want 10 to 1.
Okay.
DC's 12.
Mm.
Did I get my guidance off?
Yeah, do your guidance.
Come on.
Did your guidance go on that? No, it didn't.
3 or 4.
No,
man.
All right, fair enough.
You tried.
5 to 1. I don't know how many times I got to say it. 5 to 1. How much you betting?
All right. 2 gold. Here, I give you 2 gold.
2 gold. 2 gold. Name? You don't know
Roger.
your name?
You know my name, Roger.
Roger.
You're not my dad, Roger.
2 gold at 5 to 1. Fine. And that's for the Shawshanks crew, yeah?
Yeah.
Shawshanks crew. Take this. Just takes the 2 gold, gives it to his elf. His elf just looks at you and bites it like. Yeah, it's good. Right. Take this note. Gives you a note. Says the odds. Says what it is. Chat about with me after the fight.
Yeah. And I stroll back to Cobbler.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I tried to more, but I kind of bit my tongue out. I got a little nervous. I've never done this before. And I tried to negotiate a better odds for him, and I fucked it up. It was ugly. But I got 5 to 1 for our boys.
It's not bad.
Maybe I get a little bit more practice with this. Let's hope they win the first round, and we'll carry this on the second round, too.
Pardon me for saying, I hope you don't get any more practice at betting on our friends fighting for their...
Good point. Touche.
Oh, it looks like they're coming out.
As you over to the elves, you start to hear the portcullis ding 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 ding. Shawshanks! Up the ramp now!
All right.
Start walking up the ramp.
Yeah, Lorne goes up the ramp.
Okay.
Following.
Please give me a minute, so I can sort out my music. Right.
How are you old men doing? Anybody need a bio? No? I'm good.
I don't like this.
Righty ho.
I'm going to
Sorry.
try to refresh that. The old refresh button.
As
Ooh.
you walk up onto the arena, you hear the voice of a commentator. You look up to your left, and stood on the stand is a tall-looking human. He has a big curly mustache. Right today, ladies, gentlemen, elves, humans, dwarves, free folk, slavers, and he sort of looks at the sort of other crew and they sort of laugh. Today we're here to see the arena Sylvian Games. First, this is the second combat of the day, and we have the Shortshanks crew. Scrawny looking lot, look at them. And you see all the humans go, hey, laughing around. Right. First up, we got the dogs and their master. And can you all roll initiative, please?
Don't forget to click on your token.
Right.
Right. Let me roll. Jesus. Okay. What we got? 25 to 20?
Hang on real quick. I was having a problem with my my log. I got pretty high up there. Here. The roll log's not showing for me on my screen, but here, maybe I can. Can somebody tell him what I got?
You got a 20.
You rolled a 20.
Okay, there you go. I'm not seeing or like a combat tracker or anything.
So we got 20. Korvahn got 15. What'd you get, Nat?
3.
3. Okay, so we're up with Lorne first. We are then with Korvahn second. We are then with Mastiff 1. Can you roll a d20 for me, please, Salty? We're playing a bit of rollies here, mate. I got a 19.
Fine.
Okay. Mastiff 2. Salty, not Salty, Nat. And Bandit. Great. Okay. Just grab my... As you walk up into the arena, as the ringmaster stops speaking, the doors open, and a fierce-looking dog leader comes out, and he is holding onto these two mastiffs, like... And these two huge dogs are out in front of him. Lorne, what do you want to do?
Lorne steps over. Darn it, clicked on the wrong thing. Go to the map bow. I'm stepping over by Mr. Cutie Pie here. I am casting Druidcraft to make the aroma of raw meat to be on the dog handler.
Okay.
It's just a Druidcraft cantrip. So that'll be my standard action.
Yeah.
And then may I get my shiv?
Yes, absolutely. Use that as a bonus action.
Yep.
Pull your shiv out your hair.
Yep. Done.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Over to Korvahn.
All right. I am going to move. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong screen.
I did that too, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to move over here a little bit.
Remember, there are weapons on the floor. Just saying. So if you want to look out for
what do
weapons.
I see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry. I did
Fuck.
say they threw them down, didn't I?
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, you kind of skipped over that one.
Well, I did say they're throwing them down. There would be weapons on the floor. I just,
I thought you were doing a thing where like Leoric and Cobbler had to buy in for it.
No.
Yeah,
People have already thrown. People have already thrown. I've already rolled for it as well. It's not good.
Okay. What do we got?
Short swords.
Not great.
There are 3 short swords on the floor.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to ask. My bad.
I'm gonna pick one up.
Yep.
Are the other ones near me? Like
They are. Let's say they are equally spaced across the arena. So.
okay. All right. So it'll take more work to get to that one.
Yeah.
And then point of order. Do we got rid of our weapons? Do we have our packs?
No.
No, we do not have our packs. Oh, that would have been useful.
You've got your chainmail and you've got your sword.
Yep.
You
Just
just
what
picked
we're
up.
wearing. Got it. Okay. All right. A boy can dream. Then in that case, I am going to. When I pick up that sword with my other hand, I'm going to grab this full of. And then I'm going to grab. Just move back over here and hold my action until one of those 3 things approaches me.
Okay.
Or comes near me.
Over to massive number 1, which is this one here.
Is there any chance that the druid craft raw meat aroma?
I was just about to roll for that, mate. Give me a second,
Good luck.
Cupcake.
I was asking if you were going to allow it.
Yes.
I was asking if you're going to.
So
allow it.
Mastiff number 1 is up. He's going to look directly at his owner with a snarling look in his eyes. And he is going to do a bite action. He's going to move closer, obviously. And he's going to do a bite action. He's going to roll an 8, and he misses. So he snaps at his master. His master's like, what the fuck, you know? And then we're over to the other mastiff. And he's not phased by it. And he's going to run to the nearest person. He's going to run to Nat. And he is going to attack. And that is a 17.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing my interceptor thing, Jinz, with the reaction.
Okay. So what are you doing, sorry? You're attacking, are you?
No, you're going to roll damage, and I'm going to reduce that damage.
Okay, well, it's 4 points of damage.
All right.
Piercing.
So I burn my reaction, and... Oh, come on, dude. Class features. I can't find it. Where's it at? Class features. Fighting style.
You have to be within 5 foot on that one.
Of the guy
It's
I'm
a reaction,
protecting.
yeah.
Yeah, of the guy I'm protecting.
Oh, I
So,
see what you're saying.
Yeah. No, it's not favorite. That's. I'm holding it up. I'm not trying to. Here we go. I can use a bonus action. No, it's not telling me why. Interception. I'm clicking on it now. Show details. I can roll a d10 plus my proficiency bonus to reduce that. I have to have a simple or martial weapon in my hand or a shield. The shiv would be considered a simple weapon, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. So it's a d10. Rolling now. It is 3.
So you deduct 3 points, so he takes 1 point of damage. And can
I'm
you?
sorry that took so long.
It's alright. Doesn't matter, mate. Can you roll a strength check, please? So, Nat. You need to roll 11 or higher, or where'd you go prone?
Oh,
Nat 20. Very nice. Okay. Over to Nat.
Can I get that short sword without provoking?
I would say that everybody had a short sword next to them when they started.
Okay. All right. And then I am, I guess, going to attack.
Misses. I'm afraid you swipe with the sword, but the Mastiff is too fast and just dodges out of the way. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm good here.
Okay.
All I can do right now.
Over to the bandit. The bandit's looking at the dog like, what the fuck are you doing? Sort of slaps it a little bit. And he is going to... Let me just check that distance. I didn't do that before. That's fine. He's going to run. Oh, boy. That's not working. There we go. He's going to run at Korvahn. And he's going to swipe for an attack.
Okay. I do have a held action.
Okay, what would you like to do?
As he's coming in, I'm going to whip that handful of sand.
Okay, so he rolls with disadvantage?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm going to attempt to do that.
No, that's fine. I'll let you roll with that. He rolled a 3. So as he swipes, he misses with his sword. The sand comes up in his face, and he just swipes with his sword and totally has no idea where you are. We're over the Lorne.
Lorne immediately... excuse me. Lorne immediately attacks with his improvised weapon in his hand. Come on, dude. Alright, well, I don't know how this is going to work. I mean, I screwed that up.
Misses. So you swing with the shiv and you miss the dog.
Yep.
I presume you moved closer, did you?
Well, I'm...
Let's call it that.
Let's see here. And at that, I will... call it. Turn.
Okay. Korvahn.
Alright, now that he's blinded, I'm going to try and bring my short sword down on his collarbone.
Okay.
It's going to be a 14 to hit.
Hits.
For 3 damage. And when that connects, because I should have done this before and I didn't. Okay. When that connects, I'm just going to whisper, "You're mine," and then cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay. Very nice. You hear him and he's just taking a big gouge. He's wearing leather armor and you haven't pierced this, through the armor, but you snapped his collarbone up here and he's just oh, Jesus. Over to Mastiff 1, which is the one that was after his owner. He's going to roll. He loves the smell of meat. He's going to run up to his owner. His owner's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he is going to roll a 10. Misses. So he's like, get off me. Get off. This bloody own dog's chewing his ass. And then we're going to go over to the other dog, and he is going to attack Nat. For an 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn my reaction.
And that's 5 points.
Okay. D10 coming in.
Did you roll a strength check,
Everybody-
Nat? Yeah, you got a nat 20, didn't you? Yeah.
4.
4, so you take 1 point of damage again, and please roll a strength check.
Nice.
This is what we did last time, wasn't it? 1 point of damage and Nat 20 on the save. Yeah, great. Over to Nat.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and... No, I'm gonna put a hand up to my throat and just a second. I'm gonna put a hand on my chest and say Illith, and my skin will toughen up as I gain resistance from piercing.
Okay. How does that look
I'll move.
when you cast it on yourself?
When I cast it on myself, it's just the skin underneath my hand begins to turn leathery, and it just spreads across
Nice.
my arms.
Nice, love it.
And I move to flank.
Okay. End of turn?
Yep.
Right. This bandit is now not blinded after 1 turn, so he is going to roll an attack. Does a 3 hit?
No, just barely misses.
Fucking swipes with his sword, misses. He's still rubbing his eyes. He's got a dog chewing his ass. He is not in a good way. He's like, get off me! Fucking trying to get off. We're over to Lorne.
All right, Lorne casts Druidcraft on him again. I have to keep that up if I want to do it.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, that's what I do. I cast.
How does that look when
Druidcraft.
you cast it?
I think what happens is that I take. Interesting. I think what I probably do is I rub one of my wounds that probably has a little bit of blood. You know what I mean? Even though they're wrapped and they're cleaned and stuff. I rub my hand over a wounded area that I have, and then I hold it up to my face and I just like blow it over toward him, like it wafts over, like.
Oh, nice.
And maybe there's a visual effect to it somehow, but it's a sensory effect. So
yeah,
the old cartoons, you used to have a smoky hand that would go and grab people by their nose
and sort of lure them in.
Yeah,
yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's like that.
Okay, right.
And then let's see, and then my bonus action is a little weird.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Never mind, I'm good. Turn.
Korvahn.
All right. I'm going to, as he swings and misses, I'm going to bring that short sword back down. Same spot on his collarbone. I'm trying to break it, but I rolled a nat 1, so.
Oh my god.
You know.
The crowd are a bit like, this is, this is. You just see Cobbler just looking like,
Let's see.
There goes 2 gold.
Yeah, right.
Bonus action. What do I have as a bonus action? Nothing, because I only have one. I don't have a bonus action. Okay. That'll be my spell.
that'll be your spell.
Sorry,
right.
reading. Yep.
Mastiff 1 is going to roll for the Fucking hell. He really wants to chew on his owner. Right, he did not resist, and he rolled a nat 1. So he misses his attack on the bandit. over to Mastiff 2. He's going to attack Lorne. And that's a 6 and a miss. And then it's over to Nat.
Alright, gonna attempt to hit it with my sword again.
Okay. Hit that pooch. Hits.
Maybe?
Definitely hits.
Good shit.
Nice.
Full damage.
Good shit.
As you drive the sword into the dog, it just falls to the floor. It is down. It is dead.
Yeah! I'm getting the crowd ready. Yeah! Cheer with the crowd.
Sorry, beast. And with that, I'll. Oh, can't use that. I'll move to assist core.
Okay. Bandit's going to
That's
use his reaction to swipe at you. That's an 18. Again.
Yep, let her hit.
So Bandit, so I haven't fought actually hit with the Bandit yet. So he does scimitar attack, 1d6 plus 1. That's 3 points of damage. Pierce him.
Huh?
Slashing. With his scimitar. So he slashes at you if you come back. And we are over to his turn. So his turn, he is going to look back at Korvahn, who's causing him some mischief, and he is going to roll a 17.
That'll hit.
That'll hit, finally.
Damn it.
He pulls up his scimitar, and he slashes for 5 points of damage.
Oh, God.
You take slashing damage across your chest.
I hate all of that. And I kind of... but and now I'm fucking... I'm pissed now.
And now it's over to Lorne.
All right. Lorne drops his shiv and picks up that short sword.
Okay.
Lorne charges in toward the kennel master.
Mm-hmm.
And Lorne makes an attack. So I gotta go to my inventory. Now I have a short sword again. I don't have it on here, for fuck's sake. Okay, doing the math real quick. So, you're responsible. There. It is a d20. It is 3. Roll that die. It doesn't matter. I rolled a 3 on the die. I missed.
Okay. So as you run in, the Beastmaster's just attacked Korvahn, and you miss him because he's sort of in the momentum of coming up from that attack.
Cool.
Korvahn.
Turn.
Yeah, same thing. I'm gonna swing at him with my my short sword.
Go for his face.
That's gonna be a 21.
Misses.
Good job.
So that's gonna be 5 points of damage from the short sword.
Yeah.
6 points of damage from the short sword. 5 points from Hunter's Mark. And as a bonus, as when I hit him with this, because I'm furious right now. When I hit him with this, I'm also going to hit him with an ensnaring strike for an additional 1 point of damage. But when I hit him, that blade's gonna just kind of flash red first, and then the vines sprout out of the ground, like up around his legs, and kind of just no, he can't go anywhere.
What's the last thing that fellow sees?
When that happens, then I'm going to, because he still has his scimitar. Like as that comes up, I'm gonna knock the scimitar out of his hand, and then kind of punch him in the face a couple of times with like the handle of my sword, and then I'm gonna jab it up under his chin, like straight up like this, and then just kick him down so that he's laying under his dog.
He is most dead.
And then I'm picking up that fucking scimitar.
Fair enough. So you're now wielding 2 swords. Marvelous. We are over to Mastiff. And he is going to attack Nat, who's just ran over it. Because it's the nearest one. As a 21.
Okay,
Nope, that's a miss.
That's a miss. And that is 3 points of damage.
And I will reduce it by 2. So it takes 1.
Okay, takes 1. Please roll me a strength check.
And I will reduce it by 1, so I take no damage.
You still get hit.
Oh, second.
He still bit you. So roll a strength check. And you pass it. So you just do not go prone. We're over to Nat.
Curb stomp.
Since he attacked me, gonna return the favor.
Just a snarling mastiff just looking.
Not like that.
You swipe and he's dodges you. End of turn?
That's it.
That's it. We're over to Lorne.
Damn. Gotcha. Can't get out of that. Worry back over here. I close. Yeah, close in between these two here.
He reacts and misses.
Well, I'm glad. I sling that short sword at the doggy dog.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a 16. I'm going to do that. And it's a D6, right? Now it's also finesse, so I can add my dex. So it'd be a D6 plus 3. Slashing.
How do you want to kill that dog?
I want to kill that dog quickly. Let's see. So it snaps over. I blocked it with the short sword. All that other fuckery went down. It's focusing on Nat, and maybe when it lunges a second time, I catch it in the neck. Or behind the front hind or whatever it's called, and just put it down quickly. Just done with one arm.
Nice. Falls to the floor, and combat is over for this round.
Oh, we have short
Gonna
swords.
grab a handful of sand before we leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Short Shanks crew. Woo!
God damn, I've never won anything in my life. Damn, that long shot came out.
Hey, yeah, never mind.
You look behind you and Greg is summoning you. He's like that. Drop your weapons! Drop your weapons! Come on!
Fine. I drop my weapon and I go over there.
I'm just gonna throw it at his feet, spit in front of him.
Just looks at you with a... Yeah, fair enough.
That seems reasonable.
You go down to the dungeon and you're sort of escorted back to your little cell. Right. Good fight, lads. Good fight. Fucking like, where'd you get that shit from, you sneaky little bugger? Right, we'll have none of that fuckery in the next round, alright? None of that fuckery. Get you ready.
Nothing.
Have a little rest. See how we get on. And we'll, I'll wake you up when you have your next round. Over to Cobbler and Leoric.
All right, let's go collect your winnings. Then I want to go and talk to, see if we can get in to see him.
Yeah, sounds like it. No. Go around looking for the fat halfling.
As you walk over, he's playing with his money in front of you, and he looks up. Yeah. I heard they won.
Yeah, maybe I didn't think that long shot. I didn't think those guinea elves would come with me, but went for the long shot and it paid off. Maybe I have a little halfling luck in me.
You are sure, I'll give you that. And he looks behind, just gonna give it. 1, 2. Hands you 10 gold, slides it across the table. There's your winnings. Don't suppose I
Let's
could
do business with you.
interest you in placing a bet on the second round, can I?
When is that second round? Would that be tomorrow?
I haven't heard actually yet. Usually it's an evening round. That would, be this evening, I expect, in the dark.
All right, I'll come back and I'll come back this evening. Maybe I'll find you out.
Okay, no problem. See you in a couple of hours. Get back to work.
Yeah, and then we'll see if we can find where there's somebody that can let us in to inspect our team.
Okay, as you walk over, there's a sort of a ramp going downwards. The elves actually went down when they came through the gates. There's a guard on the door. How can I help you?
Right, I managed knowing the team that just fought. I just want to get a chance to go in and check on them.
Oh, thank you for the raid.
Nice.
Welcome in. Tales of the Initiative. Thank you so much for the raid. Everyone drop them a follow, please. Everyone go and drop them a follow. Welcome in, raiders. We're just having a bit of a arena deathmatch. Thank you for the follows.
Like you do.
Yeah, you know. Sorry, can I get your name, please, sir?
Boom.
Yeah, Short Shanks.
Short Shanks. Yeah, you're that fellow with the broken arm. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, and he still beat your guys, so.
Yeah. Right. Go on down, and I'll make sure Grid keeps an eye on you. Make sure you don't give them any unnecessary gifts that they don't need.
Hey, they don't deserve it, and they don't need it, so.
Tell me about it, bloody elves. Get on down there, you.
Right. Come on. Tag along.
As you walk down the ramp, you come into this dungeon. You can sort of see the holding cells that they're sort of kept in. It's dank. It's water dripping from the sides. It's an old dungeon of sorts, old jailhouse underneath the town. And you can see in the corner, there's your crew. Lorne, Korvahn with a slight slashing injury and sort of bite marks all over Nahta'nos' legs.
Okay. So, do we have access to bandages, anything of that nature?
Nope.
Awesome. I guess I would take... we have access to a pail of water.
Yes. Your satchels are in your room. Your bags that you had on you. You didn't take them out in the arena, but they're in your little holdall.
Oh. Gotcha. Okie dokie. Still don't have very much. So...
All right, I am going to use some of that moss I collected to create a makeshift bandage.
Okay.
I'm going to use my water skin, I guess. Try to help clean his wound.
You're helping Nat clean his wound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No problem at all.
Use my water skin to help clean it out. And,
can you roll
do all that
a medicine,
medicine?
please?
I will.
And you, sorry, Nat, if you can roll one as well. Sorry, I was looking at something on my phone.
While they're doing that, I'm just going to go get cleaned up.
Boom! Big 19.
19. Okay. And that.
Come over. Yeah, I... Go ahead.
So, I walk into the cell and I go, gather up, lads! Gather up!
Yeah, I also want to help out Korvahn while we're gathering up. I want to make sure that he's squared away the best he can be also. That's the next thing.
Well, I have a chain shirt on, so I've just got like a bruise from that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, let me get a look at you. And I lean in. I'm like, how are you guys doing?
We need to get out of here. And we need to get out of here soon. That wasn't
Right.
the worst fight we've been in, but it's gonna get worse.
Right. All right. All right. I'll step back out and go. Right. Who's running this place down here anyway?
You see Grigg sort of walk over. Huge elf, bulky in stature, probably 6'4", unnatural for an elf. Yeah, what can I? Are you the owners?
These are my boys. Yeah. Look, I was led to believe this was going to be like a bare knuckle brawl kind of a thing, not weapons and beasts and whatnot. So I want to pull them out.
Well, by all means, you can pull them out if you want, but you're going to lose your winnings.
Well, how you figure that? They've already they earned that much.
They only per round, and they get the total at the end. If you pull them out midway through, they don't get the winnings that they've already earned to the date.
Oh, I tell you, this town. You guys are getting a nasty reputation.
So currently, they got 15 gold, but they got to, compete in the next 2 waves to achieve that. Or if they go out in the next wave, who knows? Like I said,
No.
we won't let them die on the field.
It's not that. That's not the point. I was misrepresented coming into this thing, and I'm thinking
Misrepresented?
that we need to end our...
Sure thing, fella.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll be taking them with me, finishing my business in town, and we'll be leaving.
You do what you want to do.
I plan to. Gents, we're done. Let's go.
I get my shit and I help the boys.
Yeah, we're out.
I might take an ashtray for a souvenir or something, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up my
towels
rocks
or
from earlier.
robes. Yeah.
It's like the shampoo's fantastic.
Yeah, the shampoo and the toilet paper and a towel, and we'll take everything we can.
I'm gonna pick up my rock from earlier as we're walking by that other elf and be like,
That's right. Right there,
Keeping
that rock.
this.
motherfucker.
Just note to self, Korvahn gains rock.
That's right.
putting it in my inventory right now.
Opportunity to
Rock.
splash some water, rinse up a bit.
Okay. As you head out of the ramp, you head into town, and starting to get a different look with the elves around you. People aren't so inviting, and they're sort of glaring quite substantially. It's not usual to see elves that have just fought in the arena walking around the town.
Yeah, right. We can't linger. We gotta get done what we gotta get done and get out of this town, or we're gonna end up in trouble at some point. Somebody's gonna start something, and then we're not gonna get justice. You know what I'm saying?
I hate to say it, but let's find us a kid and get out of here.
Did you
Right.
find a child?
We've got a lead on the area that I think we're... But probably not until dark, so...
Ron, are you muted?
Not anymore.
Fine. That's all right. I was thinking you were quiet.
Yeah, let's. Are they with us now? The elves?
The elves are with you. You're in the sort of outside the arena. You just came up from the ramp, from the gallows below, and you are stood sort of in the streets of Tralask.
What time of day is it?
It's about 5 p.m.
All right. Do you want to head towards that burned out house? Might be a good place to just hide out. Get the elves out of line of sight.
Right. I'll wrangle them back that way. We'll hunker down over there. If you don't, see if you can buy like 2 loaves of bread and maybe a wedge, and have at least a belly full to help these guys heal up.
Okay.
And we'll meet back there.
I'm gonna
Well, here,
pop that good berry
tell
in
him-
my mouth.
Yeah, tell them to eat the berries I gave them. That'll fill them up.
It'll help, but their body's got it needs fuel in order to
Yeah.
make new muscle, new skin, and close things up. So
Yeah, the way
Alright.
that
I'll do
the
that.
hunger works in the hunger is that obviously good berries will make you feel hungry, but they don't give you any nutritional value. So, you won't be hungry, you won't be starving, but you will. The next day, you'll be like, hang on a minute, I haven't eaten for 2 days.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So, when you were going around looking, did you happen to see any temples?
Did I?
Temples?
I wasn't looking for any. I wasn't looking for them. What kind of, I doubt there's any elven temple.
I just want the kind that show mercy and charity.
I'm not really familiar with any.
All right. Well, looks
They
like
all
a
tend to
burned-
want something.
Looks like a burned down house it is then.
I mean, there's at least, it might not be comfortable, but it's also not where they're going to be looking for. Anybody that's back there isn't going to be the law or the merchants or anything, so.
All right. Let's get this done.
As you head down the streets, you walk along the long alleys like you did before, but like I said, merchants are packing up their gear and they're all looking. They're, you've no longer got that sort of sense of belonging as you had before. Not towards you as such, but towards the company that you're keeping.
Right.
I kind of let the party go on. I kind of like straggle behind a little bit and get away from whatever. And then as the vendors are closing up, I'm looking to buy maybe some bread and some cheese.
Okay. You walk over to the vendor that you saw earlier in the day.
Okay.
He's just packing up. He's just starting to put his vegetables into his side. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Oh, well, no, yeah. Wonder if you want to get some of that bread, some of those vegetables you have, if you don't mind.
Yes, I've got one loaf left. Loaf of bread. How many vegetables would you like, sir? We got a couple of carrots, some cabbage. Loaf of bread costs you about 75 silver.
All right. Let me have a couple of carrots and a cabbage and a loaf of bread.
Okay, I'll tell you that. It's called 1.5 gold, please, sir.
Oh, how about? And I give him pull out a couple gold and here's some. I got 2 here. I'll take the silver and change.
Yep. I'll see you change. Well, lovely doing business with you. Those elves with you. You want to keep them on a short leash. You know what they say about them.
Yeah.
I'm not being fun. I'm not being. Each to their own. I don't mind people owning elves, but young man of your stature, you don't want to be taken advantage of by them folk.
I appreciate your advice. I'll listen.
Keep
to
your
you
eye out.
Say, and I'll keep an eye on them.
You make sure your dwarf friend, looks out.
You got it. I'll look after. I'll let the Lord know.
I'm going to lean over Cobbler's shoulder and just be like, I'd really like my bow back now, please.
Point of
I
order.
don't have it. We had to leave it at the gate.
Oh, that's right.
Otherwise, I'd have given it to you.
The descriptor of targeted was not used in that interaction.
We're improving a little at a time.
We're just small victories, man, baby steps.
We're a little less worse.
Yeah. So no one was targeted, but yet we're still looking to buy a child.
Hi.
I go up to the vendors. I leave. I get the bread and the vegetables, and I'll thank you very much, sir. By the way, where's a local temple in town?
Oh,
Temple? I don't have a temple as such. We got the old church over the back.
Where would that be? How would I get there from here?
You just walk past the town square. Just around the corner. You walk straight over. You'll see the burnt-out building and down the alleyway to your left. And you'll walk straight over. You'll see the big church bell, big tower. Worships the old gods and the new.
I think And where would I find a smithy in town?
Smithy, old Davy. He'll be shut up now, but he's just off the town center.
All right. Appreciate your information. Have a good day. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely, sir. You have a splendid day, and may the gods be with you.
You too.
Every question he asked, I kept going like, and do you know where there's some children? Free range, preferably.
Right.
Hey,
just kept waiting for it.
I'm
organic.
hoping the church has an orphanage, or they would know where an orphanage is.
It could be a valid thing.
Totally. I just kept waiting for the question. Like, no.
Yeah, I've been biting my tongue, not bringing it up like every time. Like you guys came down to the locker room, and it's like, did you find the child to purchase?
Yeah, I did want to go around the town, asking the whole town, do you have any child? Yeah,
Right.
Bark as they had. Oh,
It's bad. It's bad when they look at you with disdain in the slave pits. You know.
Right.
All right. Got any kids?
You morally corrupt bastards, you.
and I've been,
so-
I need a girl.
I bled
Yeah,
Gwendir.
You got any young girls? I'm like, yeah, no.
Just stop. All right. Yep.
To the church.
Yeah.
You wander through the streets as you go through the town square. You see the big bell tower in front of you. It's the tower that you saw from outside the city previously. The bell that you heard ringing at noon earlier that day. There's a big open door in front, and you can see inside. Candles light the pews of the church. What do you want to do?
There appear to be a priest or cleric about.
As you walk in, there's a gentleman just snuffing the candles as you walk in.
As we walk in the little area that we're in, where he's snuffing out candles, I literally just sit down on the floor and pull my knees up to my chest. Mind you, I'm not wearing a shirt. I look like Lorne with a broken arm. So sitting
no
down
shirt.
and even scarred up and with my arm. I'm not being real loud, but obviously I'm showing pain and discomfort.
Mm.
And I just sit down.
Hello there.
Oh, my pardon. I hope you won't mind. I tried to wait until the end of the day when there'd be fewer folk in here, but my 3 charges, shall we call them? I like to try to give them their spiritual clarity. It helps keep them docile. Do you mind if we take a few minutes here?
Absolutely.
They won't be a bother.
No problem at all. I'm Father
My
Gabe.
thanks. Gabe, around here they call me Short.
Shortshanks. Oh, I heard you. Your crew done well.
They done right by me, but I couldn't stand to see them go too far in it. They were getting a mess, and I try to care for them as much as I can.
You pulled out the competition?
Yeah. I'll tell you, when I heard about this competition down the road a piece, they made it sound like it was more of an exhibition, bare-knuckle brawl kind of a thing, not a fight with steel and claw kind of a thing. So I didn't really want to lose my boys.
It's a great honor to fight in this Sylvian Games.
My lord, I can't
I
feel
get
my
it.
fingers.
I'll fix you in a minute. Hang on there, buddy. Buddy the elf, that's what I call him.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
We had no, I travel and I do deals for folk that do right by me here and there. Trying to train them up. Hopefully next year, now that we've got a better, come in here and kick our. But I can't do that if they get maimed and can't fight for the next year. So, that being said, I'm currently on a mission for a dear friend who she's a bit of a recluse, but she's an herbalist, and she's trying to find a apprentice. So I'm trying to find a young lass that would go and stay with her and learn and kind of help her in her later years. Do you have any orphans or young wards of the church that would be amenable to such a situation?
So we don't have anyone here. We do, however, there are several, let's say, homeless children that live in the area. Soraya and her brother live behind the church, in fact. Some days. They watch yourself, they are known to pickpocket. But you know, they come as a package, you know, they're always together. Their mother unfortunately died of the black spot a couple of years ago, a bit of rot lung. Their father was never known.
Yes. Well, I can't begrudge them trying to survive. So, you know, and honestly, if they're that nimble, that would make it for bundling herbs and such and grinding powders and all. So that bodes well for it.
Sounds like she...
Do you mind if I go?
Absolutely. Help. So I don't know where they are, but they usually reside around the back.
Leoric, you want to keep an eye on the trio? Do their... Not...
Yes,
I'll be right back. Oh, don't do that. You know I hate that. Thank you, Father. Where's the tithe box?
Tithe box up by the altar.
All right,
we'll just see it to the left.
Sorry. I'm not asking because I'm going to go take it. I'm just going to make sure we leave a little something for you.
I'd appreciate if you didn't.
Yeah, I know. They're the last ones I want to piss off. Everybody else can piss off, but I don't want to piss them.
We don't want to be smited by the lords of the gods, you know. They will
enough problems.
Cast their vengeance.
So I'll go out and around and try to see if approaching, I see sign of anyone lurking back there.
Okay, so as you walk around the corner, you sort of see sort of a makeshift shelter. There's sort of some bags on the floor. What are the rest of you doing?
As he's going to leave, I'm going to look at the clergyman and be like, Father, do you, by any chance, know medicine?
I know a bit. Not much, but I can certainly help where I can. Are you injured, child?
I'm fine. It's our other companion. That's his arm. He could use some tending too.
What's wrong with his arm?
If you'd be so kind. I think he's broken it.
I thought you meant, you know, bandaging and maybe fixing a broken arm.
Yeah.
I'll take a look, but I'm not sure it's more I can do. He walks over and he's just sort of, hi there.
I stand up and don't look him in the eye. Keep my head low. And I just say under my breath, I'm sorry that we have to ask for charity and help, but I'm in a lot of pain. I don't know what I can do.
My child, this world we live in is rough and brutal, but you'll find no hatred here in the church. I will do what I can, but what I can do is not much. Let me take a look at you. He sort of starts looking at your arm.
It's so much better than he checks my teeth and shit, you know what I mean? Like,
just check this. Oh, this is a good slave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's looking at his fucking. Oh, this commodity, and he's like checking me out.
The haunches on that one.
Yeah.
Good fingernails.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So I willingly, do what I can to show him my arm without, like, passing out from pain.
I will do what I can. And he sort of holds his hands together and he sort of looks up to the ceiling and sort of mutters a few words under his breath and he puts his hands on your arm. and just you feel like an intense warm heat go through your arm. You gain 4 points of healing.
Wow.
Unfortunately, my child, this is beyond my skill. There's no one in the town who can reset an arm. We haven't got any, master healer here. They were all taken to the war.
Thank you.
I can only do what I can.
You've exceeded my expectations, and thank you. If there was a way I could ever repay you, I would. However, like I said, it's a shame that we're only here for charity, and so be it. Maybe we can return the favor by helping those children find a good home.
Be good to them, that would be, the gods would look down well on that. It's, a lot of disfavor in this world, and the last thing I'd want is them going to an unwelcome home.
Yeah, give him kind of the nod down and back out without turning my back on him. One of those things, and I go outside and I just stand there, maybe at the top of the stairs or wherever, looking around.
It's at this point, Lorne, you hear the familiar cry of a baby child.
Okay.
You look over to your left, and you can see a infant child in a basket on a window ledge of a house.
Shit. All right. I was not expecting that. However, I turned 45.
Do it.
I turn 45 degrees, and I push the door open, and I go, Korvahn, Nahta'nos. I'm sorry, I can't ever say your name right. So
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Nobody knows my full name yet.
Korvahn, I need you. I need you.
I slowly walk outside.
I'll hobble that way.
I have my back turned to where the child in the window in a basket is, and I just go over my left shoulder.
And I'm gonna lean like.
Oh God, we're going to hell for this, man. Ooh.
Lorne, there's a baby in that window, Lorne.
Korvahn, you are correct. Now, I need to let you in on something. I was trained to track down small children. I'm kidding, it's a joke. It's all a joke. My favorite enemy is not baby. Okay? That's what I'm trying to get at. I was making a joke about it. I'll stop. Look.
Well, my favorite enemy is baby.
My favorite enemy is baby. No, I like, you're looking over my shoulder, and I'm looking right at you, and I just say, there is no way there is an exposed, defenseless child in a basket sitting in a window behind me right now, is there? This has to be some kind of trickery.
There definitely,
It's there.
Definitely is. We decided when we were going to agree to this. Remember, it was child or death, and we chose child. But we decided it was going to be child.
Oh, wait, I can't raise both hands. Shrug my shoulders and raise one hand. I'm just like,
As convenient as that is for our problem, I will not be the elf who kidnaps an unattended child.
So I look at Nat. I just immediately, I do like that Spock, like super stoic. Like, I look at you and I turn my head side, like it just cocks a little. And then I just move it about 3 degrees to the right and look Nat in the eyes like, Are you going to still the child? Implied, not said.
I don't find myself so morally bound.
The other two were out back then, yes?
I guess so.
I turn and I look back and I'm thinking, there's no way there's a kid in a basket sitting in a window right there, like delivered to us right there. This is a trick. Get an axe, okay? So, it's like, fuck it, this is not right.
As you look at the window which is sat in, you can see that there is light flickering inside, and there is life inside the house. But this child is in the window, getting some fresh air.
Okay.
It's not just placed there. It is in a house that is lived in.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not in a basket sitting in the window.
No.
Like
like a pie.
Yeah, right. Dude.
Baby cooling out
Hot
the
potato.
Yeah. I was like, this can't be right.
Your baby's too hot. Just put it on the window so it'll cool off for a little bit.
For all the elves to see.
All right, so not to waste any more time on my foolery, let's find the other two. Let's find the other two and get out of here.
Just as you do that, a mother comes along and picks up the basket and walks inside. Cobbler.
Temptation averted. We made it.
But I test your morals a little bit there, boys.
Oh man.
Cobbler,
Almost
as
had
you
that baby.
grab that baby.
And 500 guards.
It was like it's a
yelled.
it's very much a Tarantino moment, like a Quentin Tarantino moment, where like I turn around and I'm like, there is not a child over there in that window right now.
Oh dear, the power of improv. As you walk around the corner, Cobbler, you see this sort of makeshift nest that's been made in the corner. There's sort of a couple of toys on the floor. There's a bit two bedrolls, and there are two children just playing.
I know the good father mentioned their names, but my brain, not Cobbler's, is Swiss cheese.
So,
What were their names again?
their names were Saria, and I'm trying to find out which one the other one was called. Saria is the girl. Let's call Edwin. Yeah. Edwin is the boy.
Edwin, okay. Slowly approaching, almost like with a dog you don't know sort of a thing, so you don't spook them, sort of thing like that. Hello there. You mind if I sit for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Is this your home?
We live here. Yeah. Me and my brother.
You've done quite all right by each other.
We do the best. Our mum died. Who are you?
I'm sorry to hear that. My name's Cobble. And I've got a proposition for you. I've got an offer.
Okay.
There's a lady who lives in the forest, about a day's travel, who's looking for a young lad to study with her to learn wisdom and nature. Now, I only know her from brief association. It could be that this might not be the best fit, because I don't know you very well, but I do know you don't have a home, and I'm sure you're struggling every. But if you two would like to come with my friends and we'd like to introduce you to and see if maybe she'd take you in and feed you and give you a place to live and teach you a craft. Does that sound something you'd like to do?
Me and my brother?
She was only looking for one apprentice. However, when will say is, if by the time we get there, you're not willing to take in your brother can travel.
So she'd be my mum?
More like your auntie.
And she's nice?
I mean, she helped. We were hurt, and she helped us when we were there. And she just asked, would find someone to serve her because she's lonely.
She stands up and she sort of brushes herself off, walks over to you, and sort of looking. What is your passive perception?
It is 12.
Okay.
With a head injury.
This is where you lie. It's a 33.
Oh,
Nope.
I'll interrupt them with their conversation, and I'll
Were you there?
say, "Oh, I thought I said I was with them."
Oh, okay. I thought you were in the church. Sorry.
I didn't look to see if he followed. I just.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Well, the elves went off, and then okay. All right, I'll walk up and well, I tell you what, and I'm gonna break off a couple pieces of the loaf of bread that I just bought and a carrot, and here's this for you, and I'll give it to your brother, and
They happily accept the food. No.
we would. How about we let you introduce her? We're not gonna make it. How would you like just to meet the lady, and you find out for yourself. You judge for yourself if you think she's nice or not.
I mean,
And if you don't want it, we won't let you. But we'll bring it back here.
it's not a trick?
I will. No, it's no trick. And if for any reason
She looks at her brother.
you
She
are
signs
uncomfortable,
to her brother. And he sort of signs back to her. Okay. Okay.
I mean, you two have been surviving on the street. You know the deal. I mean, if you get there, you stay for a little bit, and it seems hinky, and you want to leave, just bugger off.
She stands up and she sort of looks at Leoric. As she stood up, sorry, she's looking at Leoric, and she sort of goes over and sort of hugs him, wraps her arms around his sort of legs, and she sort of got her head in the side, and she attempts to pick your pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And she rolls a 15. How much gold did you have on you?
Now my passive perception is 15.
Oh, okay. So with that, you just see her going into your satchel.
And I just put my hand on my satchel to stop her from grabbing it. Now, this lady has far more worth for you. I mean, you. It looks like you're taking care of your brother, which is an honorable thing. But I think your brother, if you're really looking out best for your brother, it's possible that this lady can help you in more ways. Matter of fact, I had these people that I knew about that they were injured. Even I had an injury, and my eye was all swollen. My head is, and we had another comrade of ours. His leg was badly injured, and she healed him. Maybe this lady can heal your brother as well, and it's worth at least going over there and take a try. I mean, I understand, and here I take out 2 gold places, and I give them 1 each.
She happily accepts.
But I'm sure this lady, you can get far more. You don't want to just continue your life. Look how you're living. Your brother needs help. You're doing a fine job, but it's hard. You're not going to be able to last this way forever. Why don't you come with us and check it out? maybe be far better than you can ever do here.
Roll a persuasion check, please.
The amount of bile that's building in the back of Lorne's throat.
Yeah, have we arrived? Have we found them? Caught up with them yet?
Yeah, if you wanted to, absolutely. You could. By this time you would have came around the corner and seen Cobbler and Leoric talking to two children. Edwin is sat on the floor. Saria is talking to you. A 20. What was that for again? Can't remember what I asked you to do now. Persuasion. Yes, sorry. So dirty 20. These guys are. Saria is quite excited. She's sort of. Her voice picks up, and she's. When can we leave? We leaving now?
Right about now.
We can leave now. Yes, we can.
She signs to her brother. They pick up whatever good, whatever they've got that they hold of value, and they're ready to go.
Right.
Lean
It's about
into
it's about 7 p.m.
I'm going to lean over to Cobbler and as quietly and subtly as I can, just whisper, "You told them it was a hag, right? You told them that, right?"
Told them that it was an old lady who did alchemy in the forest. And I told them if they got there and it was not to their liking, they could bugger off.
Whenever we walked up, did I see the young lady throwing sign language?
Yes, you would have noticed as you wouldn't have noticed the first batch, but when she was persuaded by Leoric, she would have signed to Edwin.
Mm-hmm. I'm proficient in sign language. Is there any way I would be able to parse together the intention of what was being communicated? It might be a different sign language, but it's just a common sign language.
As you walk up, roll me a persuasion. Not persuasion. Sorry, perception. Sorry. See if you
I'm
read
at
it.
Disadvantage at those. I'm concussed. Also, this ought to be good. Perception disadvantage. 12.
You would have, with a 12, you would have read it. That's absolutely fine. You would have seen that she said, "These guys,
we're going to murder these fools."
These people have found us a new home. That's what she signed to him. And he
Cool.
queried back saying, "As long as we're together."
Cool. I believe there was an awkward silence with a little bit of tension going on there. Sorry to jump in, but
No, you're fine. Let's go back inside. I don't know if it's better if we try to leave this evening and could persuade the good father to let us sleep.
Absolutely.
Would it raise more questions to leave at dark than leave during the day?
That's what
with
I'm thinking.
Kids.
That's what I'm thinking, and that way we can at least, it's a floor, but it's got a roof, and
Yeah.
So, and that way we're being straight with him, and he knows that we're taking him with us.
Yeah.
Let's go back in for a moment.
You walk back into the church, and Father Gabe is just putting out the last of the candles. There was a big wall of lit candles, and he's just doing the last couple. Hello there. Oh, I see you found Saria and Edwin.
They seem amenable to coming with us. We're thinking it's awful late, though. And given the eyeballs we were get out where they'd let us stay, would you be willing to let us in the corner here in the. If we'd be willing to sweep the place out for you or some such.
I have no issue with that. You can stay here for the evening. I mean, you just see walked over to the tithe box and just picks it up. I live around the corner.
I don't want to. Oh, all right. I assumed you lived here in the building. So
I live literally just around the side. I got a small hovel. The church is always open. I ask that you don't go upstairs, and I will lock the door. But you can stay here for the evening.
You know, Father, it's even if I had a shady nature, I'm smart enough to know that a stranger traveling with a quarry of elves here and stuff is going to be the first one fingered sideways. We're going to be straight and narrow. We just wanted a dry place to sleep tonight, so that's what we're hoping. And I don't want the kids to sleep in the woods until they have to. So,
well, I agree. I've done it once myself. Bloody awful. Wolves everywhere.
Everywhere. My thanks to you, though.
If you set up over there, and he points to a little space sort of clearing that's, it's just pillars and stuff like that. It's just a cold stone floor. There's some blankets over there, and I'll be back in the morning.
Thanks to you.
And he wanders off.
He don't have any blankets by morning.
He just rubs Saria on the head and just goes, I think these are good people. I hope they get you a nice home. And he walks out there. He walks out the front door.
I can't even look at the camera right now, dude. I'm so fucking. Ugh.
He pulls the door shut to the church as he leaves, and I'll see you in the morning. You're in a big, airy church. It's only dimly lit by a couple of candles that he did leave on for you. Sorry,
I
go get a blanket.
Don't have to
empty
post
pew
a
and just
watch
stretch
tonight.
out and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sari and Edwin just almost know the place. It's almost like second home to them. They go over to their favorite little spots. They instantly just pull out some pillows and just throw them on the floor and just stick their head on them. So we'll go in the morning. Is that right? She's looking at Leoric. She's only talking to Leoric and Cobbler because that's the only people that really spoken to her.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So she's okay.
Yes, we'll go in the morning,
Okay.
and I'll
Signs to Edwin.
I'll grab a blanket and a pillow and kind of lay down near him, and then I'll watch over you for the night.
What the rest
And
of you
I
doing?
stuff my coin purse in my pants.
I think that Lorne would take a cover, take a pillow or whatever, whatever kind of anything that's comfortable that he could get his hands on. Probably rack out in a pew, or someplace comfortable.
Okay.
Korvahn?
I'm
not gonna press my luck.
Yeah. Same. I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna stretch out on a pew and almost immediately just go into the, trance-like state of sleep.
Cobbler?
Do a quick check on Lorne to see if his arm is still set and secure enough in the sling to sleep through the night and not have to worry about it after the stuff in the arena. I don't want to make sure he didn't get knocked askew or anything.
Okay.
I think what the good priest did, Cobbler, has helped me quite a bit. I think it's going to be all right.
What's Nat doing?
I'm going to check the church doors.
The front doors?
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk up, they as you push them, it appears that they're open, but they are pulled shut.
Okay. So we're not exactly safe in here. we're safer than we are out there, but with doors that don't lock, we should still set up a watch.
Do you
We only need a
and
couple hours, so
I look, I keep pushing this, but I hate it. But I know you and Korvahn probably aren't gonna rest too well knowing other people that aren't elves are watching over you anyway. But would you two mind splitting the watch since you only tend to need a few hours anyway?
it's fine. The rest of you should get some sleep.
Alright.
I'll take first.
I do not.
since Core's already out.
Roll me a d20, please.
Yeah, I do not like push the issue of me being able to sack out, France
No, you
out,
got
or whatever
broken
the
arm
fuck
for
they
the
do.
rest.
If either of you needs anything, wake me up. I'll get up and help. But
I
Or if
killed
you're
him
just
with a
having a hard
table
time
leg
staying awake.
cobbler.
With a 15 for the first watch, the first 4 hours of the night are quiet. You can hear the occasional person walking down the alleyways either side of the church. Saria is sort of talking in her sleep, and Edwin's sort of moving and twitching. But it goes smoothly. You wake up, Lorne, ready for his watch? And Lorne, please roll me a d20.
Oh, I didn't think I was the one on the watch.
No,
Oh,
me and
that's-
Korvahn.
Oh, Korvahn, sorry.
Yeah.
Wake up,
Korvan's
you,
the
wake,
sound
you,
alike,
wake,
man.
you wake up Korvahn, and Korvahn, could you please roll me a... As the night continues, the dark of each corner of the church seems to draw in on you. It's almost as if the room's getting darker somehow. You hear a voice. Bring me the girl, but not the boy. This is my final request. And that's where we're going to leave tonight's session.
Ugh. Man, I need to go take a fucking shower, dude. Gross after this.
Oh, dear.
look, I still say these kids had like a 20% survival rate on the street anyway, so this might actually be a better outcome.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
With her, I agree with her.
I still believe that.
Her, yeah, with her, I believe that with her having to care for her brother, she would do anything for her brother. You know, she's going to be working, going to work in a.
And I think
brothel
both of
here
you
shortly.
smoke crack. We're taking children to a fucking hag, dude. All right, we're all justifying taking a child to a goddamn hag, and not just
Yeah.
that, we're bringing a
Yeah.
bonus kid. You know what I mean? She's getting like extra out of the deal.
Oh,
That she doesn't want.
No, yeah, she just said no. Don't bring it to her. So we'll have to do it.
few more dilemmas
well.
there,
She
boys.
won't leave her brother.
Yep.
There's no way she's going to leave her brother.
Okay,
Ah, well.
God, I gotta
We'll worry
Just
about
have
that
to
when we're
grab
in the
that
woods.
basket on the way by, too.
fucking. I was like, what? What in the guy? What?
So
What
I
in the
left
Guy
that.
Ritchie movie did he just do to us? Right? You know, like,
right.
no.
You
So
guys
I-
go back into the arena. We'll make some more wagers on you. You guys win the thing. We'll get some money, and we'll just buy us a slave. Let's free a slave.
Ugh. Ugh. This doesn't get any better.
Sorry.
Hey, thank you so much for running, man. It was a blast. You know,
Yes.
I'm really enjoying.
Yes, it was.
I'm really enjoying this group of people. It's always fun to play with new people
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
and get that diversity from all the other games. I mean, this is why we do it right here. We just put in four hours or whatnot, and we're all giggling and laughing, and it was even dark material, and we're all still sitting here just content because we got to play D&D. So kudos to you, Jinsler. Good job, buddy.
Cheers, guys. It was a bit. I wanted to throw some more dilemmas in. We had a bit of the combat as well. Yeah, some weird dynamics going on tonight.
Bro, I threw you off with the whole druid craft.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
No, yeah, let's try it, man.
Like
what's a one-armed dude gonna do?
Yeah,
make that Kennelmaster smell like a chicken wing, dude.
Once again, thank you guys for the raid. I personally can't stay on tonight, but I am going to go find you guys and try to check out some of your stuff later on in the week or the next time you're going to be airing. So thanks so much for that.
Yep.
Thank you, Link, for the 10 subs as well, and all the follows and subs that other subs that we got. It's been a fantastic night.
Thank you, Link.
Awesome.
We shall see you so soon. 2 weeks' time is the next one, so we shall see you then, and we shall continue our moral dilemma then. See you later, guys.
Nothing but hey.